Now on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT. And you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family's story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Here we go.
Here comes the Sandman.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Adam Sandler.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Live.
Should we clap along? I'm going to play guitar a little bit for you.
Adam Sandler.
Take him away!
Enterprise Center, Friday, February 10th.
All right, let's lose that. I hate it.
Get tickets this Friday at noon at livenation.com.
Half of me wants a cold. What's up, St. Louis? Thomas Rhett here. My Home Team Tour 23 is on sale now.
Thomas Rhett, Home Team Tour 23, with special guests Cole Swindell and Nate Smith. Saturday, May 20th, Enterprise Center. On sale now.
Get your tickets at livenation.com and come party with us.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Tully touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
Good morning, St. Louis.
Now, wait a minute. Where is Tim?
Where is Tim?
Let's just roll a best of.
Where is he?
He started his Christmas break early.
That wasn't Tim's voice I just heard.
I need to get a mic sock.
Oh, now you're in trouble.
This is the Ryan Kelly Morning
Go
After.
ahead, Jackson.
Yeah. I wanted you guys to get it out there. You know,
Okay.
Get your feelings out there.
All right.
And then let the listeners know that it's the Mung and Nest 7 o'clock hour. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We got Ken Iggy Strode, Douglas Elvin Vaughn. Right across the dais, we have the Plowboy. In the Horton Watkins studio,
He's back there.
KG in O-Town.
Oh, that's
once again coming through. And then I'm here running point. Tim is out today. But, you know, we're just going to power through. We're gonna get through it together. This is a show that gets through it together.
I think we got to shout out KG.
For real, for real.
Kind of stepping up to the plate. I hate missing work, so it was nice to have KG at that little, security blanket. So shout out
you, buddy.
to KG, man.
Jackson.
And Jackson, obviously.
Jack of all trades. Yesterday he ran the board. Today he's in hosting.
God bless. Well, I can't do it without my guys,
Every time I text Jackson, I feel bad because I know he's, A, doing work, as he always is, and B, he's 9 years younger than me, so I should take on more of the responsibility.
No.
So Jay is a great guy.
Thank you.
Always stepping up to the
Appreciate
plate.
you.
I
But
told
know
you a couple
you guys
weeks
would do
ago.
the same thing for me.
Was it last week? I think it was last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I had to drop some fish off for Liv at 101.
We're changing direction.
No, it was like 5:40.
Okay.
Is she the one?
And Jackson was still here.
Oh, no.
He was in the booth at 5:40.
What were you doing at 5:40?
Was in the lab cooking up.
Meth?
That's a better business venture.
I'd already been home
Quicker
for 7
money.
hours and had a 4-hour nap.
There was no meth. No, yeah. You'd already put in a full day.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was tired.
It was, that's just sometimes, sometimes there's work to be done, and you got to do the work, and that's simply it. But I
you
like
know me.
doing it.
You know me. If it could be 4 o'clock, and if you called me and said, Iggs, I need some help, I'd be up here.
Of course. I know you boys.
Don't do that, but you could.
I know, yeah. Use that card wisely. I get one a year.
And you can call me at 4:30, and I'd say, probably not.
What would you say? I'm doing a live shot?
I am so pressed for time.
Rotating your tires.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. That's kind of what I want to do.
Oh, my God. Text on in. The Engineer Design Facilities text inbox 314-881-TMA5. You can call in on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines 636-900-4TMA. Today, coming up on the Captain's Log, we have the drops of the week. We have Lisa Ann with 2-part questions, Fantasy Football Friday, presented by Tullamore Dew. We also have the Bertarelli Kellery Cuts of the Week and the design. Ooh, boy. And in van? Is that what you say?
That's all right.
Is that what you say?
That's
and
what
in
you
van?
say.
The Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. That's all coming up on today's show on the Captain's Log. This is the Munganast 7 o'clock hour. Munganast, the official automotive dealership of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Doug, you work with Munganast. Iggy, you work with Munganast. Plaza, you work with Munganast. Tell me why they're so great.
I'm going to start by telling you that this new RAV4 I have, this thing is a godsend when it gets cold out. It has heated steering wheel.
Yeah.
And it takes all of 30 seconds for that to be toasty when I put my hands on it in the morning.
That's the best.
Starts right up in the morning, obviously. Takes like 2 minutes to heat up and drives like a gem. So thank you to Jamie and thank you to Clayton and Peter and my friend Karen.
And don't forget, Doug, let's talk about that service department.
Oh, that's the
because
best.
A, it looks phenomenal. B, never waited in a line in my life.
No.
And everybody is happy. Nobody is complaining, arguing, looking like they're having a bad time. They got a great snack area in the waiting area. And the people are just phenomenal.
Even if you didn't buy your car from them, and even if it's not an accurate Toyota, they still work on all of them.
Yep.
And they take the worry out of it. You know, when something goes wrong with your car, you're always thinking, oh, no, where do I go? They're going to tell me I need a new engine, and all I need is a spark plug. Well, you don't get that run around at Munganast.
Yeah,
you can go there with confidence and know they're going to fix it right, and fix only what needs fixing. You can really trust them. And that's huge when you find a car guy that you can really trust. That's huge because you use them several times a year.
I got 2 words for you.
What?
Peace of mind.
That's 3 words.
No, 3 words. Peace of mind.
I mean, just pause you right that down in big bold letters.
If you get
Mind peace would have been 2 words.
peace of mind.
With the apostrophe.
Apostrophes, that's one
There
word.
you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing with a car is you want peace of mind that you know it's a great car, but if something does go wrong with it, you know where you can go and they're going to take care of it. There's not going to be any runaround. So, yeah, Munganast, they're the best.
For a new car, for a pre-owned car, just get your car serviced, you head to Munganast, St. Louis Acura, or Alden Toyota. Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Pierre Munganast. The fine folks over at Munganast. You know some fine folks, Doug?
Who?
The Blues last night. What a victory.
Oh, did you guys stay up and watch that game? You
I
didn't.
saw the highlights.
Wait, didn't we lose?
No.
No. You would have
Probably
thought they
did.
would have lost, but hey, he didn't have possession of the puck. He was offsides, Doug.
You watched some of overtime and saw Edmonton score and turned the TV off, didn't you?
No, I was surprised that I saw JR tweet this. It wasn't this morning. I saw his tweet from last night saying Draisaitl OT winner 4-3.
Yeah.
That was the tweet.
But he was offside.
I didn't see
He did
any
score
video
in
of
overtime. We thought, oh, we lose. Wait a minute, we're going to review this. And I believe McDavid made himself offsides. He had 2 skates over the line. The puck was still on the other side of the blue line.
Well, I need to get JR.
They waved it off.
And kind of hold him accountable on.
No,
Wednesday then,
they
guess.
played. They had the lights going. The
Yeah.
teams were off. It was crazy. It was just a weird game, left and right. It started weird.
Yeah.
With the starting lineup thing.
Yeah, Blues made a mistake on the starting lineup, so it immediately got a penalty. I've never heard of that. Why would it even matter?
That sounds like what the Rams would do.
It would be, but I guess it would be like similar to like if the Cardinals submitted a starting lineup, like the lineup card, and Dylan Carlson wasn't in, and then Dylan Carlson just goes.
But in
out there and
baseball, you're
hits.
out of the game if you're once you're taken out.
That's fair. Yeah, you can't just come in and out.
Now the home team gets the last line change, so I could see that if you tell them the wrong guys on your starting lineup card, and then those guys don't go out there.
Yeah, right.
At least maybe give the home team a chance to okay, we'll change our line based on what you have. But to start the game with a penalty like that, and of course they scored on it.
Yep. right off the gate. But hey, that was a resilient. I really thought that was like a really resilient. Jordan Kyrou, a guy who's been in the crosshairs a lot, had an outstanding game.
Oh, he was great. A goal, 2 assists.
That first goal was filthy, just an absolute snipe top corner. And then the power play goal of Vladdy. He made a nice little play.
He set up Tarasenko with, 19 seconds to go in the game?
That was huge. We have some audio of Jordan Kyrou. I thought this was a good piece of audio from Jordan Kyrou.
This has been quite a hockey segment.
It just seemed like a weird game from the very beginning to the end. But at the end there, I don't know. How do you describe what kind of happened there in the...
Yeah, it's just one of those weird games where, just weird stuff was happening all game long. It's, one of those games where you kind of just got to just stay with it and just keep battling.
Great.
Jordan Kyrou.
Awesome clip.
Well, I liked the clip.
Yeah, I thought it was a fine clip.
Yeah, I liked the game.
He played outstanding. And that Benner, Doug, was he spitting wooden nickels?
Stood on his head and spit wooden nickels, yeah.
There was that one series where he saved kick save one, kick save another, glove save one. I mean, and then the big save in the shootout.
This is 3 or 4 games in a row where he's really ratcheted up his game and looked like the Bennington of 2019.
Fight anybody? Slash anybody? Go after anybody?
He did not. He behaved himself.
He did. He did behave himself. So the Blues are now 2-1 versus the Oil, a team featuring probably the best player in all of hockey.
Yeah, boy, he is fast, too.
Oh, my God. That goal he scored, he was flying down the ice. I want to play one more clip from Benner here.
Oh, I'd like to hear it.
Plowsy, I really like this clip from Benner.
All right, hit the lever, please.
What do you say about a game like this, which started weird and stayed weird throughout, and to pull out a win in a game like this?
Character comes to mind and just overcoming some self-inflicted adversity, and it happens, and we got to rise up. And I think coming through at the end like that in the end of the third period to tie it up was massive, and you could feel the excitement from the boys on the bench, and it's good. It's one of those wins I think that we remember moving forward.
Hopefully.
Totally agree. Yeah, I think earlier in the year this is a game that they would lose. I mean they kind of did lose when they in overtime, but we're fortunate enough to get the call. So that's a resilient win. And a good win for a team that's kind of reeling. So
when you score a winning goal and the boys on the bench get excited, that's it's a good game.
Ken Benner.
I always get a kick out of how we overanalyze the hockey win, where if you come from behind, you've got character, you've got resilience, you never give up. Or the puck takes a weird bounce and you didn't get that late goal, and it means you didn't come ready to play, and you got to pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
I'll be honest, breaking down a December hockey game.
Okay, now this was one of the best games we've seen all year, Plowsy. Terrific game to watch. I know it was a little late.
I love the Blues.
Clip that off.
But it's also, you got 3.5 months left of the season.
Well, they're going to be fighting for every point they can get to get in the playoffs. They're back in it. They have a decent road trip here. They'd be right back in it.
How does Connor McDavid look at his teammates in the face with 2 skates over the line? Say sorry, boys.
I don't think he can. Didn't show a lot of resilience or character
there,
no
character whatsoever.
No.
Big road trip. They got the Flames tonight, Canucks on Monday, Kraken on Tuesday. So, I mean, this could be an opportunity. We were talking to Panger and Curbs about it on Balloon Party on 101 ESPN.
A big day. Big hockey day.
No, this was the previous week.
Oh, the week. I thought it was yesterday's show.
No. Curbs and Panger we had on earlier in the week, and we talked about how this road trip can bring the boys together.
Yeah, sometimes it helps.
Yeah, big time. Sometimes that's where you can grow together and
become more resilient and get more character.
It's like that.
Glory, glory.
One of these moments.
Gosh, I wish they still sang that after a win.
Why
they ever gave up on that, I don't know. That was the greatest thing.
It'd be like Sweet Caroline for the Red Sox.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone loved it. Everybody loved it.
They did.
And they just gave up on it.
Do you think maybe they'll bring it back one day, or is it just completely retired?
Must not. Yeah. I guess not. I don't know why they were quick to say, okay, that's it. That belonged to that team and nobody else can use it. It should be a St. Louis thing, just a franchise thing, because people love that.
Big win, boys. Big win, eh? Let's get her going. Good game last night. It's from Harrison's brother Master. Tell Ebenezer to stop being such a downer. It's okay to not have an opinion on the club. Go have a smoke break. That's from Harrison's brother Master.
What are you talking about?
I think you.
Ebenezer?
I didn't break down anything.
I mean, I was the one that said who cares, so I mean, I could be the Ebenezer in this scenario.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Just cycle on. Where is Tim? Tim is out today. So there's your answer.
Yeah.
So you can either Yeah, you don't have to announce your departure, Doug. This isn't an airport.
Right. I like that line.
Yeah. Doug, why would you say the points are precious?
Points are definitely precious. Yeah. Skate boy skate. They're I think they're like 3 points out of what, third place in the division now? Fourth place?
That information is impossible to find out.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anywhere.
I'm
That's
not
why.
even actually looking it up. I'm going to ESPN to look something else up. So if anybody else
Okay.
wants to look that
All
up,
right.
let me know.
Well,
They have 29 points. You're going to ask me to read a hockey stand, like a hockey standings, and I won't be good at it. Like, how many people get into the playoffs in the Central Division?
well, the top 3 in the division. And then
all
a
right,
couple
then they
wild cards.
are 5 points out of third place.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
But-
get it now.
Yeah.
Then they have wild cards, right?
Yeah, that would. Yeah, they do.
Hey, Gape, do you babysit by chance? Need a sitter tomorrow. We'll take off your get mask during babysitting hours. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville. In
You
Webster
guys don't
Groves.
still babysit, do you?
No, I babysit my nieces sometimes, but
Did you?
very rarely.
I haven't in a while. I tell my nieces whenever they have a new baby that I don't change diapers. So
Why
as
not?
soon as I've never changed a diaper in my life.
Well, learn to. It's
With-
part of the human condition.
All of the brothers and sisters that are four that were younger than me, and then like 20-something nieces and nephews. I've never changed a diaper. I won't. I said,
Well, it's not a badge of honor. It's kind of a selfish thing.
No,
You're
it's
talking
just-
about not taking care of a baby.
It's gross.
It's a baby that
I
needs
know
your
it is,
help.
but it's still gross.
It's your family.
I know, but it's still gross.
Well, it's gross for
I mean,
everybody.
poo is poo. I don't care whose it is.
It's gross
the guy
for
who
everybody, not
actually
just
took
you.
the first poop,
Oh,
how, like, he reacted, and did he squat?
oh.
Poop, man.
Yeah, so I said, as soon as they're potty trained, yeah, call me. I'll come over and babysit, but not until then.
See, I've changed diapers. They make it so easy now with the diaper itself. In Montana, I did 2 nights worth of babysitting while, giving my sister and brother-in-law a break, and it wasn't too much of a chore. Now, granted, he wasn't kicking and fussing, and it wasn't like everywhere.
Yeah.
But once you get the baby wipes down and get them on a diaper, it's almost like it puts itself together.
I'm not saying I don't know how to put a diaper on.
No, I'm not saying
There's
that
just
either.
a couple of pieces of tape on the side. I'm just talking about the diaper itself. I mean, you take that thing off and there's poop everywhere, and it's just.
Well, you just have to be a big boy and help the baby.
Well, I'm not when it comes to that. There's certain things that gross me out.
Well, I think it grosses everybody out. But because it's a baby that needs your help, you still do it.
It doesn't need my help. If I don't babysit, it doesn't need my help. I'm not the parents.
Iggy is wrong, but it's completely different when it's yours. I don't even. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Let me restate that text. Iggy is not wrong, but it's completely different when it's yours. I don't even smell the disaster as my daughter leaves in her trousers. It's from Danny Tanner.
Well, yeah. If I had a kid, it's a little different.
Well, when females breastfeed, I heard that they actually like the smell of the poop.
What?
Because it's hard to explain, and I just heard this from one of our friends.
Well, one of our many female listeners can email or text
Was it?
in.
Yeah, it was. It certainly wasn't a listener, but she said she said it was weird, but she doesn't mind the smell of it because it's. I don't know. She didn't use the word her own blend or brand, but I don't know. It just sounded weird, but it made sense at the same time. I forgot how she worded it, but yeah.
Never heard that.
Yeah, me either.
Changing a diaper? Gross. Sleeping with a beluga whale at Hito? Fun. Makes sense, you deep-fried pork rind from the Bentonville Bear.
Oh.
You really need to step up your game.
Deep fried pork rind. That wasn't kind.
And I didn't sleep
I've been
with a
easier
whale
than we
either.
got to.
Someone said, who changes Iggy's diaper? That's from Big Ol' Fan.
Yeah.
When
It
does
helps
that?
when you can do it yourself. That does make it easier.
When does that start?
When does what start?
You weren't
Oh, depends?
usually that means you've had a couple accidents in the pants before that,
Yeah?
right? Like,
Probably.
Yeah, once you develop a track record, I'm sure it's time to start wearing.
It's only happened once.
That happened to you?
At the bowling alley.
I haven't heard this story.
You haven't?
During Gobble Bowl?
No, I was in league one night. Every once in a while, you just think you just gotta fart.
Pass gas, right?
And you think it's gonna be not a little one. You just, you're kind of happy with that.
Oh.
So I went back up off the approach and back behind the lanes and Uh-oh.
Pants got a little heavier.
I don't believe that was a fart.
So what was the next? What was the next? What was the next action?
I went straight to the bathroom. And
You weren't wearing white pants, were you?
Yeah, those ones you got right now would be problematic.
Oh, that would, yeah. I just went to the bathroom and took off my underwear. Oh, God.
Ugh.
I tried to flush him in the toilet. If Randy Lightfoot's listening to this.
Randy Lightfoot text on in.
The bowler?
No, he was running St. Charles Lanes at the time.
Oh.
He owned it. And I just went in the bathroom and I said, I can't just put him in the trash. They're going to stink. I just tried to flush him down the toilet.
That didn't work.
Clogged everything up.
Overflowed, and I got out of there, and next thing you know, somebody's, damn, bathroom's closed. There's water all over the place.
You just left it like that. You overflowed it and walked away from it and
Was I
didn't tell
supposed to say,
anyone.
excuse me, I overflowed the toilet because I crapped my pants and I tried to flush the underwear. Sorry, come in here.
I guess
No,
the thing to do would have
walked
been to wash it in the toilet.
I
Wash
wasn't
it
gonna
off
do
and,
that.
and then
I
throw
would
it
have
away.
just thrown them
No,
away.
I threw
don't
them- I
care
threw
about
them in the toilet.
smell of another public bath.
Well, I was going to do that. Just what if I'm...
So instead, you're going to clog up the toilet.
Yeah, ruin it for everyone.
Well, I thought maybe they would go
$thousands of dollars
down.
in plumbing.
If not, I'm getting out of there. So I walked out, and then somebody... Next thing I know, this sign on the door, out of order, water seeping out.
Did you continue the bowl after that?
Well, yeah, I wiped myself. I was fine.
Oh,
I just didn't have any underwear. I just didn't have any underwear on.
I would have been gone.
Why? It was an accident. It wasn't like
Oh, yeah, I didn't think that you...
The clogging of the toilet was no accident. That was intentional.
Well, I didn't try to do it. I thought
yes,
it would go
you
down.
did. You flushed it down.
I
You
thought they
know
were.
that
I figured they're wet enough they'd go down.
That's unfortunate.
They need, yeah.
This might be the nastiest story ever told on these airways. It's from Herb's Hog. How does that story not make you a Hoosier? That's from the 314.
No, that's a Hoosier story. That's
No,
a big
it's
time.
That is a Hoosier. I mean, you're
Yeah.
not saying you're a Hoosier, but that's a Hoosier move.
Yeah, kind of.
Because then you continue the bowl commando.
Well, so what? I mean, I've not worn underwear many
Just
times.
one thin layer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it happened again, I
Thin
was gonna
sheath of denim.
I just made sure I wasn't going to try to
We don't need the sound effect.
fart anymore the rest of the night.
Plaz, you strike me as a guy who's gone commando once or twice.
See, I think that was a huge phase, like, when I first started in radio,
It was a radio thing?
It was when, like,
All newcomers went commando on radio back in the day.
It was like my,
Like hazing.
in between, like, going from, like, boxers to boxer briefs was just super weird feeling.
So instead, you just went...
So I went commando, but I would wear, like, a small pair of athletic shorts underneath.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's not
Well,
commando.
that counts as boxers.
Yeah.
Because I
Those would be
couldn't get
thick boxers.
away from the boxer thing, and so I needed that feeling. So it was like I only did that in that transition period of underwear.
Okay.
This Mr. Licks, he's really sideways with the presentation.
What's he doing?
First, he texts, that was a hell of a pepperoncini yesterday. That's from Mr. Licks. Well, Mr. Licks,
Oh God!
as I think you know, Plowboy was out yesterday. There was a 10:30 sound story, so that was the case yesterday. And then another text he's sending, Jackson, who are the listeners that want a round of golf, dinner, and sitting in the studio with you guys? The listeners demand an update. The listeners demand an update. And
Well, the ones who actually won are like in contact. Like I think that's the key. No other listener who didn't win should even care.
well,
Yeah, we don't need to tell you what we're doing. Just like yesterday's post about the drops. Somebody said, I won't call them out, said, it can be done and must be done. Who are you to say
you
it
don't like that
must
tone.
be done?
No.
Madison,
And you know who you are.
Madison brought this up last night. We were laying in bed, and she brought up how weird, like people demanding other people to do free work when they don't do free work. And, like, people acting as if, like, Stan Hubbard and Tommy are emailing me every day, hey, you going to rename those drops? Hey, you going to rename those drops? Like, the only issue is with a small sect of listeners, and they act as if, like, I need to come in every weekend until February to do this for free. It's laughable when you actually say it and think about it. And I don't want to bring up the topic and, exhaust
You find
it.
these people and you block them.
But it's hilarious that, like, they would never do 30 hours of free work. And this isn't work that needs to be done. It's work that these lazy listeners think I should do on my own time, which is, again, insane.
No, it must be done, according to one person on the fan page. It must be done.
If they want drops, they need to come in and organize them themselves.
Two things. One, Plowboy clipped that off, deked them, added all the new drops in there. So
Legend, man.
we
Love
are
Deke.
we are good. And then Mr. Licks asked, where exactly are you playing golf when it's 0 degrees outside? Let me answer that for you, Mr. Licks, because I understand the question. The person who won the round of golf, we've discussed, we are going to play next spring, this upcoming spring of 2023. The person who we're having dinner with, I am in talks with. We are getting that scheduled. And the person who's coming in studio is coming in next week.
Oh.
So...
Yeah, no way you answer them.
But that's the thing is like I don't like I understand like this is kind of a shtick, but everything's taken care of, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's none of your business when we do. You think we just ignore these people that win?
They're trying to hold us accountable.
This guy won, but we're not calling him. You're not getting dinner. We'd love to go have dinner with a listener and play golf, and whoever won this can come sit in the studio. But it's up to them, too, to pick a day that they can come. They probably work, too.
This is something they won at Gobble Bowl?
No, this was the app contest.
The app giveaway.
We have the app contest. We have an app contest going on right now, too. Woot, woot. Bret Michaels Party Gras 2023, Friday, July 28th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. It's part of the Allegiant Always concert series. Tickets are on sale now. You just head to the TMA app. If you didn't create a profile already, create that damn profile, sign up, and then enter the app contest. You get a chance to win Bret Michaels Party Gras tickets for 2023, Friday, July 28th. So that'll be sweet.
Let me update this, too. The person that won the tickets to go see Point Fest with me, guess what? They didn't want to go. So there, I updated that on for you.
So you didn't take anyone?
Take that, Licks.
I went, but they were going to go with me, and they said, we can't make it. I said, okay, that's fine.
Would you try to give the tickets to someone else?
No, I went.
Yeah, but the extra tickets, you try to give them to someone else?
No.
Oh. Well,
they couldn't go, so that's fine.
You know who can always go?
No.
Stratum Structural Systems.
Should have called them.
The wonderful people. Matt Ford, Brett Groman at Stratum Structural Systems. Plowboy, you think I could hear a little bit about Stratum Structural Systems?
You got it, Boo.
Stratum Structural Systems, the great Matt Ford, the great Brett Groman, Stratum Structural Systems, dealing with water damage, foundation, piering issues. Make sure you are now dealing with Stratum Structural Systems. Who I use, we had a water issue in those storms in early August and immediately got on the phone with Matt Ford and Brett Groman, and they immediately took care of it. They're the best. Word of mouth in St. Louis going around that Stratum is the company you do business with. 314-620-8153. 314-620-8153. And when you work with them, let them know you're a TMA listener and you get $100 off your repair project online at StratumRepair.com. They're local. Think local. Think Stratum.
Thanks,
God, that edit was rough at the end.
You know, it's not rough at the end working with Ryan Kelly.
No, it's not rough at all when you get that VIP refi program. The interest rates are up, but that shouldn't stop you from buying a home with the housing market returning to normal. Now is the time to strike a deal on a home that would have been unheard of a year or so ago. You can make up for that higher interest rate with a lower asking price on the house. Sellers are looking to make deals right now. Reach out to Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, to get pre-approved for your dream home today. And with Ryan's 10-day closing guarantee, you'll be in your new home faster than ever. When interest rates come down, and they'll come down eventually, you'll be covered as part of the VIP refi program. After you make 6 payments on your mortgage, they will refinance you to that new lower rate with no fees. VIPs refi with no fees when you work with Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Find out more about the program at thehomeloanexpert.com. Thank you so much, Ryan Kelly, also known as Sir Mortgage.
The great Ryan Kelly, Sir Mortgage. Text on in 314-881. TMA5, Engineered Design Facilities text inbox. Call in 636-900-4TMA. It's the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines. Iggy, I saw you. You were a little disgruntled there a second ago. Is everything okay?
No, it's all messed up. I had, I won't go into detail, something we had to do through our email. And then you had to click on this to go to the other page.
Right.
Sure you did. Yeah.
And then they needed your password.
Yeah, how about it? What's your password?
Typed in my password.
Negril111.
No, the password that I used for my email.
Oh.
It's different than this site we went to. We went to it once before when we first started.
Sure we did.
9 months ago.
How about that?
I have no idea what this password is.
I don't know either.
So I forgot the password.
Yeah.
So they sent me another thing I had to go to. But then they send you a code you have to put in. And then I couldn't get back to the email because it was on my phone.
Yeah,
technology
So then I had to go back and do it again. I changed like 9 passwords yesterday.
Yeah.
Now I have to go into the thing we have that, when we have to accept our time card and all that stuff we do here. That password's not working.
Oh, for
I don't know what
heaven's
that password is.
Oh, dementia.
I've changed passwords on everything I have yesterday, and I don't know what they are.
I don't know either.
So it's frustrating. I can't get into here because I can't remember the password that I changed 8 different times yesterday.
It sounds like you're not going to be much good to us now.
I went back to my original password. I'm just going to use that. You cannot use the other passwords you've used before. Oh, God, I don't know what I use now. I've had 8 of them. So I don't know what to do. I can't.
You're fed up
I go
with it.
change. No, it's not their fault. It's just I have to go forget this password again and go get another password.
Yeah.
That'll be like.
Do you understand what he's saying, Doug?
No, I can
Doug,
barely
this
hear
is
it.
This is little Bobby
we don't
who's
use that
portraying that he's down.
Why, it's perfect for it, though. It's a phone and a
It's a
landline
landline.
passport. Like,
Jackson looks super cute on my 75-inch Ultra 4K television. Delicious. That's from Lefty Jacksmere.
I can't tell a difference in TVs anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they all look pretty good to me.
I got mine at Costco like 4 years ago, and I feel like when I go in and look at TVs, it's so good now, the technology that you can't. I don't know what else you can do.
And some of them are considerably more expensive, and they look just like the one next to it.
That's my problem.
One of them's
too.
1,000, one of them's 300, and you go, well, what? I can't tell the difference.
And all of them are smart TVs now. So
Yeah.
it's like I just get the lowest grade smart TV kind of situation.
Yeah, I had a Samsung, the one I have now. It was like $600 cheaper than like some of the other bigger name brands like Sony's, and it's got everything that every other TV has.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Costco was a good, smart play on my part to do the TV thing. It was cheap.
Did you buy the 8-pack of them?
It's funny that they just sell everything there. But yeah, the
Costco
TV
might
was
be the
great.
best store in the world.
I love
it's
it.
right there.
My
with the
dad
best.
goes like 3 times a week just to like walk around.
I can't imagine anything better than Costco.
No, it's great.
It's outstanding.
No, the Kirkland they don't make anything bad except you like the golf balls.
I
Right?
do. They're fine golf
Yeah,
balls.
the Kirkland pizza is underrated.
They make
You
everything.
mean like the one
right?
you get at the food court, or like the take and bake one?
I don't
Like
know,
the
I've
frozen
seen those.
ones.
No, this was not frozen. 'Cause I remember my sister was in the hospital. Somebody brought up a Kirkland pizza. I'd never had it before.
Okay, so the one you get from the food court.
Yeah,
the
I didn't
hot
know what
one.
it was.
Okay.
And I said, God, who makes this pizza? Oh, that's Costco, Kirkland.
Yeah, it's a cool. I mean, it's just cool to like walk around.
Yeah.
Samples.
They have everything.
Yeah, they do.
I don't like the
Yeah, go on
checking.
Saturday. It's like
It's
if you're homeless out there and you're listening, somehow you have a radio, but you don't have a house.
Well, you need a membership. To
Yeah,
get
go to Costco.
Well, you gotta get a membership. That costs
Well,
money.
yeah, save some money if you're out getting money instead of buying like the guy I
stand
get.
out front and beg for some money. Get
Then
enough
go
to
in.
buy a membership, and then enjoy the free sample.
And then go on Saturday.
I used
I
to
mean, you can make a meal out of it.
I used to go there for lunch in college at FGCU because it was right down the road from the school. And I had a membership, and it was $1.50 for a hot dog and a soda.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get
yeah.
a cheaper one, Joe.
I remember that. Yeah, have you seen the CEO has talked about the pricing of the hot dog, pizza, and soda? Why the price hasn't changed? I think vaguely remember saying like that it's like a nothing cost to them, and it's like they sell a lot of it.
Just some of those products are like they call a loss leader, where they take a loss on that product, but they know that helps get people into the store. Those rotisserie chickens are like that.
Yeah,
the best
$5.
The best buy ever are those. You get an entire rotisserie chicken that's really good for like $5.
Yeah.
It costs them more than that to do it, but they know that people will come to the store to buy stuff like that. And usually for the rotisserie chicken, they put them at the back of the store, so you have to walk past everything else to get there.
A lot of sodium in those rotisserie
But a lot of
chickens.
people do just what you did in college. They'll go in for the cheap meal, and while they're there, they'll also drop $60 or $70 on something else that they had no intention of buying before they got there.
Bingo. Warson Woods Wacko wears Kirkland brand clothes. That's from Mr. Licks. If Iggy or Plowsy need a golf travel bag for Jamaica, I have an extra Callaway one that they can use. It's from Mr. Licks.
See,
Thank you. I'm not bringing clubs.
I got the offer from Wacko, but I think even Jesse said it might be best just to rent.
Yeah.
So even with the bag, it's probably $75 to check, and I want to be able to not. I'm not checking a bag.
I went online yesterday
I'm doing a nice full backpack for us.
and looked at some pictures of this resort. Have you guys done that?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks
Gosh,
gorgeous.
yes, tremendous.
It looks gorgeous. I can't wait.
Yeah, I hope I get one of the rooms facing the vegetation, facing the garden.
That's a big
I don't even
deal.
know how to
You
respond.
gonna spend much time looking out the window?
I want
Well, I probably spent a lot of time sitting on my lanai
Don't say lanai.
having a
Vegetation?
having a cigarette. Yeah,
There's
you got
vegetation
palm
everywhere.
trees and hibiscus and oleanders or you can have one that's just looking at the ocean. That's fine.
But the ocean provides a breeze, and I think that's what I want.
Think about that.
Well, you might be amazed that in January, I'm not saying chilly, but there were times at Hito that I would have like a sweatshirt that I would wear down to dinner because there's a breeze coming through and it's comfortable with a long sleeve sweatshirt on at night.
But you're leaving St. Louis, which you're going to be in the teens around that time. So
Yeah, I'm not
I
saying
think-
cold.
No,
but I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
When would you go to Hito? Like what month? December?
I always went the same time every year, December, for 2
Yeah.
weeks.
And it was like, what would you say the average temperature would be?
88.
Oh,
Jesus,
beautiful.
That sounds amazing.
That's beautiful with a little ocean breeze. That's outstanding.
Oh yeah, because it gets a little humid, but then most of the resorts down there are open air. Like when you walk into the
Like the
lobby,
hallways and stuff?
Yeah, well, when you walk into the lobby, it's not a door; it's open air. You get
Okay.
out of the
Yeah, I
thing,
heard
you
you
walk
saying.
through the pillars, and it's the lobby's right there. A lot of the restaurants are open air, but there's always a nice breeze coming through.
Doug, you like that term, open air?
I don't mind it. I'll let it go.
I don't know what else you would call it. Very rarely do you get a boner at Hito.
Think about that. Guys, definitely rent the clubs. There'll probably be some nicer ones than you have and cheaper than checking/bringing your own. That's from the 304.
See, I remember when we...
Probably right, but I just like playing with my own
I don't
clubs.
believe they hit better than TaylorMade M6s.
Not better than your clubs.
Well, the second year...
You put your clubs against anyone's.
Remember when we rented clubs, or we golfed? Were you there? It was
Yeah,
me,
it's
Joe
PGA
Ogden, and
National.
PGA National, where we had to go. That was when I first learned that I could buy a youth extra large and save $30 on golf gear. Like literally, the shirt was like $29, and the adult one was like $59. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
But we rented clubs, and they were decent. I mean, they were certainly used, but they had like a resale sticker on them. Like, I don't know if they just decided not to take them off, but like, I don't know if that was when they were new. But they all had like, on like the, you know where the shaft is, if you ever bought new clubs like that.
We know where the shaft is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But it said the price on it. It was like weird.
Maybe they were for sale if you wanted.
Yeah.
But they looked a little bit more beat up than what the price tag should, you know.
They're fun. For golfers like us, they're fine.
Oh,
Just don't forget to bring your glove and your shoes.
Yeah, I'm not bringing that either.
You're not going to bring your shoes?
Because if you don't bring your glove, now you're dropping another $15 or $20 for the glove. And if you don't bring your shoes, now you're not going to really be playing like you
See, I'm just bringing a backpack and then just tying my shoes to the strings on the outside. I'm not checking any bags, bro.
Traveling with the 1930s homeless
Dude,
man.
I lost my luggage in Florida when we remember that. It was miserable.
You lost your luggage in Florida?
Dude,
Was that the same one where you got evicted out of your hotel?
No, that was a different trip.
But they don't usually lose your luggage. You can usually travel and know.
And it's fine. Yeah, I get it. But if I don't have to, because like literally shorts and T-shirts and probably bring one or two nice like outfits, I can shove that in a backpack. I'll have one pair of shoes and golf shoes, and that'll be it. I don't need like the bathroom stuff. We can put in Maddie's. You know.
Yeah, let her take care of it.
Yeah, I know she's checking a bag, so I ain't gonna be checking.
Maybe she ought to carry your golf clubs.
I don't want to bring my clubs.
No, but if she has to carry it, then it's off of you, and let her do it.
I'm a guy that
great
likes-
conversation.
I'd rather
Can't wait.
pack too much than not pack enough. That's kind of how I am.
Oh, I pack way too much. I overpack a lot, but I think for this trip, I'll be able to wear, shorts 2 days in a row. Like not underwear, but like just. I'm not a guy that just doesn't sweat at all, so I don't think I feel the need to put a pair of shorts in the dirties after
We got
like 8
some
hours.
swim trunks,
thongs. You guys packing thongs?
Yeah, cabana
I'm gonna bring
wear.
a couple Hito panties that Iggy gave
You
me.
gotta have some cabana wear. You gotta have, a hat, nipple clamps.
Oh, you don't need
Well, that was a good thing about packing for Hito. I mean, I'm naked 99% of the time.
Yeah, I guess that is. It cuts down the luggage.
Except you go to dinner, so I got like maybe 3 or 4 pairs of shorts.
Did you
underwear.
at least work out before you went to Hito? Did people work out and get themselves in a little bit better shape?
Have you
No,
heard the
if I
stories?
thought like a week before I had a little bit of a gut, I would go on like a soup diet for 7 days. I would just eat soup, and that's what.
And that's it.
Yeah, and that flattened out my stomach and
naked bodies.
Like hearty soups or?
Yeah, like chunky soup and chicken dumpling soups, things like that. That's all I'd eat for
A
like
lot of sodium. A lot of sodium in that
Yeah,
soup.
that and the rotisserie chicken. Guys, Plowsy is going to have a stick with a cloth tie at the end as a check on like a 1920s rail yard hobo. It's from the 314.
No, I have a nice like travel backpack. It's not like a school. Like it's, it kind of has more compartments.
Would you put your backpack up against anyone else's?
Oh, yeah. You should see my closet. I will pack that backpack
Will you?
with the best of it.
I do. I can't get the mental image on my head with you with a long stick and a cloth tied up.
like a bandana.
Well, dude, that's a great story about me.
Leave it to Beaver had when he ran away from home.
Me and Doug, our first year in spring training with or with me at least, we stayed at PGA National.
Yeah.
And that was when we kind of hopped around a couple of hotels. But I remember we went to, everybody, it's so loaded with wealth there. Everybody driving Maseratis. All the golfers that, were staying there at the time. And we went to Publix, remember that? I just had a bunch of Lunchables in this knapsack that I'm carrying through this lobby of this just unreal hotel. They probably have never seen a grocery bag in their life.
Probably not. No.
Just carrying Lunchables, a couple sodies.
And you made the Lunchable sandwiches on your bed.
I did.
Plowsy, please don't sell your testicle, and please don't tie your golf shoes to the outside of a backpack. My God, that's from the horny banker.
Well, just, I mean, I'm refusing to check a bag.
Maybe just wear your golf shoes on the plane.
But I need another pair of shoes. Shoes take up a lot of space.
But you can have a carry-on as, like, you can have a backpack and another little small bag as a carry-on, can't you?
I don't know if you got up to, I don't know. I don't fly American.
Southwest, I know you can. I don't know.
Southwest is pretty generous. Some
I
of the
think
others will
any
charge you.
others are $75 to check, or
Right, I get that. And checking then creates you have to go wait at the baggage claim.
Oh hell yeah! I just want to get out and
But if you can bring on too, you can just bring on. I have a tiny little Doug hard luggage, not soft luggage, hard luggage. I got hard luggage that I can bring. Iggy, you know that M6 irons are TaylorMade's entry-level irons, right? That's from the Crystal City Clam Hammer.
I don't know what entry level is. I mean, they made 2s, 3s, and 4s, so I'm just saying the M6s are not like crappy clubs that you're going to be. That some resort's going to have better clubs than that.
They might. Well, a couple clubs I worked at, the rental clubs are really nice.
But it doesn't matter.
Really nice.
I'm an 18 handicap. It doesn't matter what I play.
We'll have to do a little betting on the golf down there. It'll be a great time.
Probably hit a couple shots.
What?
You sound defeated here.
You're not
going to
play golf when we're down in Jamaica?
Well, I'll go out on the golf course because I think the resort wants us to play and talk about the course. But
you'll be busy pouting.
What are you doing, like celebrity shots then? If that
no, just see the course and I'll just be relaxing.
I'm gonna play every
It's a
shot.
relaxing 2 days for me.
5 days.
5.
No, you can't count Saturday. Come on.
You can.
Saturday's the day I'm looking forward to most.
Well, Saturday. We're leaving on what? Saturday?
But we don't know
You
what
can't
time
count
we're
Saturday.
flying out, so we have no idea.
We
can't count Saturday out if we're getting there at 4 or 5 p.m.
If we're getting, that's perfect.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to bed at 9 p.m. I'll have several hours.
Yeah, and you count that as a day?
Oh,
yeah,
hell
that's
yeah.
what I'm going to get after it the hardest is on Saturday. I can't because we'll have to wake up early Monday and Tuesday and probably Wednesday. So yeah, Saturday's the day I'm most looking forward to. There is no better feeling than coming from a cold weather city like St. Louis.
Yeah.
And that first second you step outside of the airport in a tropical, like either in Miami or especially Jamaica, and you feel that island air and that sea breeze smell, that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. You grab yourself a red stripe.
It's the best feeling.
I wish
so
we were flying.
That's what on Saturday I'm looking forward to most.
It'd be awesome to fly private. Dropped off by a driver.
We think we can get that past
Look,
Congress?
I didn't say, Hubbard, we're going to fly private. But, like, that makes a trip probably just the easiest and the best. That's probably why people like loaded travel a lot more. You just literally get dropped off at your plane already.
Leave whenever you
fueled
want
up,
to.
Leave whenever you want.
No stops.
No stops, no checks. You're just walking up on your plane, and in 20 minutes you're out the door.
Well, if we get into this fusion business, maybe we could have our own plane.
Bingo. And if we're not going to get into fusion, I say that we get into VIP auto accessories. I think we just get into that business. We try to hop on with Tommy Sabulka.
One or the other.
Can you hear a little bit about VIP auto accessories?
Tommy Sabulka, and he wants you to call him directly. Don't worry about messing around. You just go right to the guy in charge. 314-428-3900 or email him at tommy.cibulka at VIP Auto Accessories. VIP Auto Accessories is your one-stop full-service shop for all your auto accessory needs. They do van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles, provide graphic solutions for vehicles, retail office space, floors, windows, and more, and have a full array of public safety solutions, including for EMS and police fleets. VIP is now a full-service operation, providing top-quality service and the ability to get it done now. VIP's one-stop shop will save you time and hassle. Go to VIPAutoAccessories.com or call Tommy Sabulka at 314-428-3900 or email him at TommySabulka at VIPAutoAccessories.com. That's Tommy Sabulka and VIP Auto Accessories.
Could we have a little softer ending?
I think you're doing this
I
on
about
purpose
fall
now.
off my stool at these endings.
Well, Doug, you're going to fall off your stool when you hear this forecast coming up. I mean, holy hell. Starting next Thursday, 25 degrees is the high. Then we go to 12 degrees is the high. Then 18 degrees is the high on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, looking at a 19-degree high with a 9-degree low.
Yeah.
Those are freezing temperatures, buddy. So if you haven't gotten your furnace taken care of now, get it done immediately. Because the last thing you want is Christmas Eve starts and your furnace goes out.
Frozen pipes.
And you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. But if you've called Design Air already to get that furnace tune-up, well, then you're on easy street.
Sure.
Then you can enjoy the holidays with your family in the comfort of your warm home. So get in touch with Design Air. Seth Goldcamp take care of you over at Design Air Heating and Cooling. Go to designairservice.com. Click that Book Now tab and get it taken care of now so you don't have to worry about it when the cold weather comes in the holidays. That's Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, you're out of luck if you're waiting that long and everybody's needs their heat done. Do it now, because can you imagine sitting around on Christmas Eve opening presents, the heat goes out, everybody's shivering. Timmy opens his present. Oh, look, a nice sled. Throw it on the fire.
Oh, no, don't do that to him.
Well, you got to keep the place warm.
You going to burn your children's toys?
I thought you were going into a Blue Chew read with that one.
No, just throw that wood on the fire. Sorry, Timmy.
Oh.
Dude, I think I told this story, like, when we used to go to Arizona, like, the 23rd in like a December, so we'd celebrate Christmas there and come back like in early January. And like this was when like weather was just like we would get snow all the time. We lived out in the country, the snow drifts were insane. So like we were snowed in the airport, so we had to wait like 6 hours after we landed because like every car was covered. Finally got home like several hours later, and our pilot light was out in the house.
Oh.
And like everything on the inside was like froze.
Oh no.
It was like in the teens, so like even our windows on the insides were like pretty much destroyed, just froze. It was awful. And as a kid, you're like just so annoyed. And so my dad had to like.
I bet your parents were even more annoyed because they had to pay for it and deal with it.
It wasn't.
You just complained.
It was not.
They had to deal with it.
Getting service tax out in that area and that kind of weather is almost impossible. So yeah, like not having heat and excruciatingly cold temperatures.
Makes you wonder why we live where we live, doesn't it?
Best fans in baseball. Toaster ravioli.
That's it, I guess.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok video yesterday. It was kind of funny. Because, Doug, you and I talk about cold weather all the time. Like, why do we all we do is bitch about every winter? Why don't we leave? We can live in Florida. We can go someplace and we don't have to worry about it. And then you hear people talk about live in Florida, earthquakes, and you got hurricanes, and you got this. And there's a TikTok of a lady, I don't know, Utah somewhere, and she's going, yep, don't want those hurricanes, don't want those snow drifts, or don't want those earthquakes, and she's naming all the things that people don't like in those warm weather cities while she's scraping 20 inches of snow off her car. F me. You had to see that.
It was a great story. It was a great story. I don't care
good.
what the critics say. That was a nice story.
I forgot what things she mentioned, but she mentioned all the things that people live in warm weather cities. Oh, hurricane season, got to worry about that. Oh, earthquakes in California, we're going to fall into the ocean. Everybody bitching in the warm weather cities, and then she's shoveling her car out of it.
I would take all those problems over snow and cold weather for 3 or 4 months.
I should have wrote it down because I probably used it.
It was a heck of a little story.
KG 10, you're a TikTok guy. What are your thoughts on Iggy's explanation of that TikTok video?
Is this good media?
I'm lost.
Well, yeah, probably haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
I should have written down the things that because once it snows here, if it ever does, I would use that. I would go out and film myself doing that because it was a good TikTok.
We've actually had a pretty good run of weather here. I mean, we're starting to get to late December, and we really haven't had nastiness yet. The fall was perfect.
Yeah, fall was.
We had fantastic fall weather.
Late summer was great. August was an ass.
Usually, we've had some miserable weather by this time, and we really haven't yet.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's the. Because Montana, like I love when my sister sends, like they get snow for like early in October and it kind of continues. But if that state has the infrastructure and they like are prepared for that,
yeah,
I mean, they
you have
like,
to, otherwise you're paralyzed.
On their highways, they literally have like wood planks that are connected miles long, like 20 feet high, for snow drifts. I mean, they have like you can make a good living being a city worker there because you plow almost 90% of the year. So she says you really don't notice, the inconvenience as much. Sometimes roads are closed because they're very windy in that kind of area. But like the fact that state is so prepared, and St. Louis has gotten better, but there's nothing worse than knowing a snow is going to come 3 days in advance, and then you get on the road and it's not even salted or plowed. Like that becomes a problem.
Minnesota was like that when I lived there. They were ready.
Yeah,
of course you have to be. Otherwise, no one could do anything. I mean, as soon as the first snowflakes fall, they got trucks all over the place, and wreckers pulling cars out of the snow and everything. They're ready because they deal with it for 5 or 6 months a year. And here we don't. Sometimes we'll go a whole winter and not get but just a little bit of snow.
Last year we didn't have much. I think the year before that we didn't have much.
Yeah.
So we're lucky. We've pretty much gotten a free month of non-winter.
Yeah.
We're almost through December.
So I guess the people that have to make the plans and buy all the salt and all the chemicals, they don't want to overbuy and be stuck with all this stuff that doesn't get used.
Yeah, so don't buy enough, and then we just can't drive.
Well, guys, they're not too happy with the story that Iggy was telling.
Well, I didn't write it down properly.
I thought it was awesome.
Go search for it.
It had a lot of
You'll find it
layers.
funny if you watch it.
The old spinach bag can't tell a story well enough to save his life. That's from the Austin.
It wasn't a story. It was a TikTok. If you just go search scraping snow, talking about hurricanes or whatever, it'll come up.
What's a spinach bag?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't get that one.
It's a bag full of spinach
And I do have to
leaves.
apologize, too. Sometimes I don't forget, but we work in a very classy place here. And sometimes I get up in the morning and I just throw something on. I forgot I wear a Browsers hat today. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, I'm not sure I should wear a Browsers hat in here.
Why?
Probably not.
Well, it's a porn site.
Well, don't forget about the amateur golf league one that you wore during the ABNs. Remember
The
that?
AJGA.
Well, that was at the
American Junior
ABN.
Golf
You have a
Association.
history of inappropriate headwear.
Oh, it's the ABN. Yeah, I can't. I'm talking to these porn stars, and there's
God, that's so funny.
American Junior
Jay
Golf
commented
Association
on
hat.
that immediately in a video.
nice hat, Iggs.
Speaking of porn, did you see that story where the WWE just fired one of their top stars because she has a
OnlyFans?
It's not OnlyFans, but it's something like that. Fan time, I think, is what they called it.
Do you
And
think it's like in violation of her contract or something?
I guess it is.
Well, like McMahon embezzled money and he's trying to come back, and now they're getting. This is like a marketing ploy. You could capitalize.
Well, they used
on
to
a
do that
story
all
like
the time.
this.
They used to have, didn't they used to have a bunch of them were in Playboy, and they made a big deal out of it. And now, this girl, Mandy Rose, I think was her name. I was reading about it this morning right before the show. She was getting like $40 a subscriber.
Wow.
And I guess on Instagram, sometimes you got 1 million or more followers. So, if she can get 1,000 or 2,000 people paying that $4,000 a month, that gets up to $1.5 million, $2 million a year just on that.
Real.
So she could care less if she gets fired. Now, don't have to travel 4 or 5 nights a week, risk breaking your neck or your arm or your leg, and make more money than you were before.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Guys, it's Brazzers, not Browsers, you water moccasin. That's from Scissor Me Timbers.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I say it.
I love a website they just spank it to. We need to have the proper pronunciation because.
Well, I've always say that, and Tim goes, Brazzers? So I just call it Browsers because I know it's Brazzers.
Wow, this is the first time Iggy has exhibited actual self-awareness. Nicely done, Iggy. Proud of you. It's from Mr. Licks.
Yeah, I put it on this morning, and then I don't think I've ever worn the Browsers hat here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
Maybe people don't know what it means.
Hey, Billiken fans, another Saturday with Billikens Hoops is coming your way with St. Louis U taking on the Drake Bulldogs. It's a 7 p.m. tip-off. Tickets start at just $10 and available at slewbillikens.com. Drake was picked to win the Missouri Valley Conference, so it should be a good matchup and an exciting game. And since it's the holiday season, St. Louis U is giving a Billiken ornament to the first 1,500 fans who enter Chaifetz Arena. Nothing shines up a tree like a Billiken ornament. Right now, sophomore guard Gibson Jimerson is only 14 points away from hitting his 1,000th career point at SLU. He's got a watery jumper, Doug. Watery
It's
jumper.
wet? Yeah.
Oh, it's wet. He's averaging 13 points per game, so it'd be fun to see that happen for him on Sunday. Junior guard Yuri Collins is leading the entire NCAA in assists with 115 helpers. The Bills certainly will be fired up as they look to bounce back after a couple of tough games. That's tomorrow night, SLU versus Drake with a 7 p.m. tip-off. And don't forget, head down to Chaifetz early for that Billiken ornament giveaway. Tickets start at just $10 and can be purchased at slewbillikens.com. Again, that's slewbillikens.com. All
Who's
right.
Missouri playing Drake State?
They'll be playing UCF, the Knights of UCF on Saturday, 11 a.m. tip-off.
You see Tyler Hero had a wet jumper last night. He scored 41.
Yeah.
He's 9 3-pointers back-to-back nights, first time in NBA history.
Tyler Hero is an outstanding offensive player, Doug, but I describe him as a defensive liability.
Wasn't that almost every NBA player?
No. Jason Tatum is an all-around superstar. Jason
Well, yeah,
Tatum is an
he's one of the best
outstanding
players in the world.
Yeah. Giannis, all-around superstar. Like, defense matters in the NBA as much as people don't like to say that, but it does.
I just went to TMAshop.com, just ordered 2 shirts right there.
You did not.
I did.
Did you really?
TMASTLshop.com.
You doing some Christmas shopping?
20% off. 20% off everything at TMASTLshop.com. No promo code needed. Just head there.
Did Plowsy get 20% off?
Of course he did.
Automatically. And it looks like
He's a handsome little boy.
the shipping is really fast. I messaged Mike Flanagan this
Mike
morning,
Flanagan.
making sure that I would be able to get it by, next Saturday at the latest, which seemed realistic, and it looks like it's all good.
Saturday's Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Well, I meant that week, so I would assume it'd be there before.
I would just go to Jackson, say I need a shirt.
I'm rocking my Pepper and Genie shirt today.
Are you really?
I noticed the new ones are different than the OG ones, so I like having
I kind of like the new ones a little bit better.
I do too, but I like having that OG one because there's not a lot
It's
left.
like they're getting a first pair of Jordans.
Are these gifts?
They're gifts for members.
Somebody
of-
other than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Oh, I ain't buying my own gear. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah,
for
I would
free,
say,
dog.
if you're buying it for other people, I would never ask for something free for other people.
No, it's good
I'd buy it.
purpose.
But if you work on a show and you want to sport one of their shirts, is it uncouth to ask for a couple of shirts for free?
No.
Okay.
I have a ton of TMA gear and I love it.
Well,
but
I don't have any.
need
Tell me,
more.
tell me what you want, and we'll get it for you.
Well,
This is brutal hoodie is
I want
exactly
the Jay
what I want
Randolph
in the white.
Jr. hoodie.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
That'll work. And I do want the trick or treat bitches
Do you want the trick or treat with one with your face on it?
in a sweatshirt.
Oh God, that one's funny as hell
We
too.
can get that taken care of.
I
Not a
have
problem.
no TMA gear except for I have an old TMA hat.
All right, we'll get it taken care of. Not a problem, baby.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Lisa Ann did want an Iggy from Air hat.
Those
I bet you.
are we are out of that.
If you have one in your parents' basement.
I bet you someone would
not,
give
I'll-
that up for the
I'll give
sake
her
of
one.
giving
We
it to
don't.
Lisa Ann.
I have no more gear. My parents' basement is out of the gear storage business.
I remember
There's no
going-
more gear. in my
Have you given any
house.
thought on the next election cycle to throw your hat in the ring for
No,
mayor
I said-
again?
I found out what it made, and I said, screw that. I have to go for like city council first before I can run for mayor.
Yeah.
And you have to be
city
a
council.
registered voter.
And you have to register.
Well, then you're going to have to seek higher office where you don't, like president, where you don't need any
And
experience.
city council paid like, I don't know, $4,000 a year. It's not even worth it to go to a meeting.
But it's not like you have to do it like once a week, probably, right?
That's not worth $4,000.
No, these are people actually trying to make a difference in their community.
I
Not
wouldn't do
interested in that.
No, I wasn't
Never
part
that.
Of, no part of that. No.
Yeah, of course not. That's going to close our Mungin' Ass 7 o'clock hour. Coming up, we, of course, have the drops of the week. We have two-part questions with Lisa and Fantasy Football Friday, presented by Tullamore Dew. We have the Burrelli Cutlery Cuts of the Week, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, and I'm going to tease something for this next hour, this appliance
What are you
discount, our 8
teasing?
o'clock hour. We got something for Iggy that he's going to open up live on air.
Today?
Yep, coming up on the other side of the break. Watch
My
on
unboxing is
YouTube.
after the 23rd.
Well, we got
today.
something coming right now for you. Go to youtube.com/TMASTL. Hit that see that live video or live stream so you can watch and see what Iggy's going to open here at the top of this appliance discounter's 8 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After, broadcasting live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim. What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
And it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT, and you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family's story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Totally Touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Totally time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Okay.
Hot takes.
Yeah. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open. Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Whoever said there's nothing new under the sun hasn't been to the new Press Restaurant, located near Jefferson and 44 next to the Lucky Accomplice, and features the soon-to-be-famous Smash Pizza. What's a Smash Pizza? It's a pizza stuffed with toppings, pressed, then topped with even more local farm ingredients. Located just 5 minutes from our baseball, hockey, and soccer venues, Press is open Thursday through Monday with daily specials 4 to 6, and they can cater your business lunch or dinner, with delivery available on Postmates and Uber Eats. Who says there's nothing new under the sun? Check out the new Press Restaurant today.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular Carne con Cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Doug Vaughn here alongside Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Ryan, a lot of people right now need cash, and they need it right now. What can you do to help them out?
You're not lying about that. You know, a lot of folks out there have a low interest rate, maybe a 3%, and they know rates are high now, but at the same time, they are struggling to make their monthly payments on credit cards, tuitions, car repairs, whatever it might be. There just isn't enough money to get through the month. And we hear about, you know, how much everything costs so much more now, but is your salary keeping up with that? Is your pay? Probably not. And that's why you are where you are, and you're not the only one. Folks out there are battling credit card debt like never before. In fact, Doug, I read an article earlier this week that credit card debt in the U.S. has now topped $940 billion. That's great for those greedy credit card companies, but not for our homeowners. There is a solution. It's a cash-out refinance. While your home is worth probably the most it's ever been, tap into that equity, pull out the cash, and get caught up on everything. Learn more today by visiting thehomeloanexpert.com.
Leonard Skinnard. ZZ Top. Two American institutions unite. The Sharp-Dressed Simple Man Tour. August 17th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. With special guest, Uncle Kracker. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Part of the Allegiant Always concert series.
Bret Michaels, hot off the stadium tour, now brings you Party Gras 2023 with special appearances by former Journey singer Steve Augeri, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, plus special guests Night Ranger and Jefferson Starship. Friday, July 28th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Party Gras 2023, part of the Allegiant Always concert series.
Bret Michaels is bringing something he's calling Party Gras to St. Louis Friday, July 28th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, part of the Allegiant Airways concert series, featuring music from Bret Michaels, Night Ranger, Jefferson Starship, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, and Steve Augeri, former lead singer of Journey. No, not the original guy, but not the current guy. The guy in between. That guy. Anyway, you could go to the show for free. Sign up now on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com. KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Banger.
Fire.
Oh, it's killer.
Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We are in the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour in the market for a new home appliance. Our 8 a.m. sponsor, Appliance Discounter, has what you need. Shop major brands like GE. Appliance Discounter has drastically lowered prices on installs, with select dishwashers being free. They also have huge GE cash rebates and holiday savings all month long. That's the Appliance Discounters.com. We are broadcasting live from the Michelob Ultra Studios. In the studio right now, we got Douglas Elvin Vaughn. Darren,
yes, present.
Darren the Plowhawk Atkins. I'm Action Jackson. In the Horton Watkins studio, we have KG in O-Town. We are patiently waiting for Iggy to return so he can unbox this beautifully wrapped gift.
Apparently he's on assignment.
The problem is it's going to get worse because now he discussed he wants to go to the basement level to smoke from now on. And that's going to add about 2 more minutes to the elevator ride.
Right, because he refused to walk up the stairs.
Refuses the stairs.
It's the most confusing when he's down on the first floor, right in front of the building, which is 1 flight of stairs. It's like maybe 15 stairs at most.
Yep.
And nope, he's a man of principle, if nothing else, Doug. Coming up on the Captain's Log today, we'll have Drops of the Week here in just a moment. We'll have Lisa Ann, Fantasy Football Fridays, presented by Tullamore Dew. We'll have the Burrelli Hillary Cuts of the Week, and I go from Cuts of the Week, and I can't say Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day.
Well, that's okay.
It's the in front of it. It's like a mental block that I have. I'm going to try one more time.
It's quite all right.
We'll have the Burrelli Hillary Cuts of the Week, and then
No.
I can't do it.
It's the.
It's the. I'm just going to cancel out the the.
I have a speech therapist I can recommend.
Please, give me my...
I had to do that in middle school.
Let me get that info.
Had a list.
Burrelli Hillary Cuts of the Week,
Which words gave you trouble?
S's.
Oh,
So,
really?
It's like for the longest time, and you'll still be able to notice if I'm in a take, like if my nose is a little stuffed up. It used to be like, suck attack, like that. How I used to my S's.
Sylvester.
Yeah, and so like I had to, like, because it was all about tongue movement, Doug.
Yeah.
Ooh, I learned about tongue movement.
Oh, did you have a nice tongue?
And then
And
the
here he
S's are
comes.
now good. Oh, and here he is.
All right, so...
Do you want to read that schedule again, Jackson?
Yeah, I'm going to do it one more time.
Okay.
I think I figured out how to get past my
right.
mental block
Just
here.
slow down a
So
little.
coming up on the Captain's Log, we're going to have the Drops of the Week.
Yeah.
We're going to have Lisa Ann Fantasy Football Fridays.
Sure we will. Yeah.
Presented by Tullamore Dew.
Okay.
We're going to have the Bertarelli Hillary Cuts of the Week, followed by the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day.
Very nice.
So I'm just going to say followed by, and that's how we're going to get through this.
Maybe you don't need the therapy.
I think I got it. I think I got it. Now, what we have right here, we have a gift, a wonderfully wrapped present. Now, I highly suggest everyone head to youtube.com/TMASTL. Watch the live stream right now because you're going to see Iggy here. Now, this is a gift, Doug, from a coworker of ours. And that coworker is none other than Learn of KC95.
Oh, boy, it's a girl.
And she has gifted Iggy a present, which he is now just manhandling.
No, I was trying to get the tag off so I can show people here.
Look at this. It's a wonderfully wrapped gift. She dropped it off into the studio yesterday and told us that we should open it up live on air. And I said, we're going to do it at 8 a.m.
Could it be a box of Blue Chew?
Not many people deliver a restraining order in such a well-wrapped package.
No.
Well, and Learn knows how to
Teeing
wrap.
off on the guy.
Because it's just a piece of paper, isn't it?
Learn knows how to wrap. I am terrible at wrapping.
You've been served, Iggy.
This would be a creative way of doing so.
Stay away. I am terrible at wrapping.
Well, are you taking a lesson? You had anyone sit you down and
like
show
a
you?
pirate?
It's pretty easy.
No, I can't. I have too much on the side. So when I fold it over, it's like a big ball.
Dude, I watch Madison, and it's like she makes like
It's an
ribbon
art to be able to do
curls,
it,
and
yeah.
it's unreal.
So this is from Learn.
Of KC95.
You can get in the cucks position there, KG.
Yeah. Straddle the plowhawk, if you would.
Oh.
Who,
right.
you know, the listeners can say all they want. Creep, creep, creep.
Yeah.
Do what you want. Learn is the coolest chick I know.
It's a nice ASMR.
No, they
going
don't
on.
think she's the creep.
No, me. But it's not creepy.
It's
Learn,
being opened.
Learn is
the
cool.
The gift is almost there.
Coolest chick I know.
Okay.
Well, I'm not one of these guys that wears stuff.
Not one of these guys. Well, as he proceeds to rip it open.
No, it's personalized for you.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what it says on the box
Here, I'll
right
take
there.
that. I'll take that wrapping paper. This is always my job on Christmas.
Mine too.
Hook shot, Doug. Shout out Kareem.
Okay, no, short.
Short.
And I sit there, and my nieces and nephews just. All right, personalized for you. From Walgreens.
Yeah.
Looks like a box of chicken.
Is it a box of chicken? I once got my brother a box of chicken for Christmas.
Really? I bet he liked it.
He loved it.
I'm just trying to figure out which way it opens here.
Was it cooked and everything?
Yeah, it was like KFC.
Oh, nice. It's a picture. It's
Well, I know
a
it's a
photograph.
picture.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's
in
a,
here.
oh, my God. Potpourri of stuff.
A checkbook.
Is that a day planner?
Well, what is it? What does it say? Read it.
Well, I'm showing the listeners.
But read it if
wow.
they're not watching.
Iggy and Learn. Is it a book of memories?
Here's to more WTF moments. Smoke break right on front. Love that.
Yep. There's the picture of the empty studio.
What's in that little notebook?
I'm looking.
Looks to be laminated.
Oh, it's a calendar. It's a 2023 calendar.
Oh, how sweet. With
different
pictures?
Yes. Pictures of you and her?
Pictures of Learn, of me.
Oh, wow. How nice is this?
Oh, she put KG and O-Town in there.
Oh, isn't she a sweetheart?
What month is that? Get rid of that.
Which month was it?
June.
Yeah. KG No 10, you've always bloomed in June.
My socks have Learned that I actually got in my unboxing a couple years ago. Somebody sent me a picture of Learn socks.
Yeah. There you are together as a couple.
What a nice gift this is.
This is thoughtful.
It's a really
There's a lot of
sweet little
effort that went into it. It's totally personalized.
There's my,
what a wonderful gift from Lauren.
Who's the rapper she said I look like with that coat on?
Misdemeanor Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Misdemeanor Elliott, I should say.
Learn, that is sweet. That is
It's a nice gift.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
Yeah,
Is it a little card that comes with it?
Yeah, what's it say? Read it.
What a year.
What a year.
Okay,
What
and a bunch of pictures on there.
And a picture of her and
her husband to remind you. Keep your distance.
To remind me that, yes, I am married, and here's my husband, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, how sweet.
That is cool.
That is really
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you to
There's
Lauren.
something about gifts where they put some thought into it.
Yeah.
So that is cool. I will use that calendar, too. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it if you're watching. I doubt it, but...
No, she said she would get up and watch this morning. Now, you got her some gifts, correct?
And you said use.
Didn't you put like a tracking device on her car? Wasn't that
I think
your
we
gift?
need a little bit more.
No, when I bought her that panda bear, she thought there was like maybe a camera in one of the eyes.
Yeah. You could
So
see that.
she gave that away, I think.
She did.
Definitely not bring it home.
Well, I know she's a Stevie Nicks fan.
Oh, is she?
I wasn't sure if she was a huge Christy McVie fan.
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask her.
But I went to Vintage Vinyl the day after she passed away.
Sure you did.
Not just because she passed away, but when I go to Vintage Vinyl, I'm there for 3 hours.
Yeah, you're there for a reason.
And I found Christine McVie's very first solo album when
Did
she was
you really?
Christine Perfect.
Yeah.
I bought that for Learn.
Yeah, nice purchase.
And I saw a really cool thing on Amazon.
What did you see exactly?
It was like a little desk lamp,
Mm-hmm. Lamp.
and it's USB port.
Sure.
Oh, it's handy.
It's just a little stand, and it's a little guitar. You put the guitar in there, you turn it, and hopefully it lights up.
That's awesome.
I told her I bought it in China, so hopefully it works. But
You bought it in China?
Well, it came from China,
Everything's made in China.
so I don't know if it. Hopefully it will. So hopefully it works. But yeah, just I thought it was cool.
That is a great gift.
And
And she returned the.
she's a rocker chick.
And that's such a wonderful gift from Lauren.
That is thoughtful, Learn. Thank you. I love you.
Shout out to Lauren.
You
Love
two
you,
have
sweetie.
really hit it off.
Well, we're friends. She's a sweetheart.
Boy, if she wasn't married, that'd be a different story.
Yeah, she'd want to date an 80-year-old man.
Hey Jackson, with all due respect, I went to YouTube while driving and risked crashing my car for a calendar. Me and the Crystal City Clam Hammers, spring-loaded penises were way better. That's from the White Collar Gangster.
That scared the hell out of me
It's one of my favorite gifts of you
when I
opening
opened that.
Blew up in your
and
face,
the
didn't it?
jumping.
You flew back.
It just
I was in a furlough.
shooting penises out of a canister.
Oh.
Hip deep in the front.
And a reminder, my unboxing will be on December 23rd. You still have
Friday
to,
the 23rd.
I think I have like 7 or 8 things.
Oh,
and if that's all I get, that's fine. That's a perfect unboxing.
That's a good amount.
It's a perfect unboxing.
Did you get any useful things?
Butt plugs.
I haven't opened them yet.
No, but I mean in the past.
Oh, my niece's husband, Jeremy, came over yesterday to pick up a couple of tickets for a friend. And I said, you know what I want to do? Because we have 2 Christmases this year. You know, with the nieces getting married, and then they always want to spend Christmas with their family, but then the husband wants to spend it with his family, and then somebody gets pissed off. So what we're doing is we're having 2 Christmases. The 23rd at my niece Olivia's house. just for mainly the adults. And then on the 25th, our regular Christmas.
Yeah, sure.
But
Why not?
I told Jeremy yesterday, I said, what I want to do on the one where we don't have a lot of kids around is I still have the 2 big trash bags of all the unboxings I did
have you?
during the pandemic, which I must have gotten 80 things. And they're still in big trash bags. I don't know what's in there. I said, I want to, on the 23rd, when there's not a lot of kids, I just want to dump both bags in the middle of the living room and you guys just have at it.
Oh,
See if
there
there's
you go.
anything you want.
That's a good idea.
I know
Aren't
there's-
they adult items?
I know there's a big rubber dildo in there.
And you're going to let the kids?
No, I
sit through
said
that?
with kids not around, just the adults.
And you party with adults that are going to want to
clip that off.
scramble on
Suck
the
it.
ground for this?
I think it'd be
gift?
funny because I don't know what's in there. I've forgotten what was in there. And they all watched the unboxing, so he said, I think it's a great idea.
A listener just sent, and this picture is outstanding. They flipped Sweetmeat, which is the KC mascot, the pig, and Iggy's face on the sweatshirt. So there's Iggy's face is Sweetmeat, but the
my face is on it. There's a Sweetmeat
Yes,
face.
that's on the sweatshirt.
But on the sweatshirt, they switched out the Sweetmeat logo with your face. I'll let the listeners see on YouTube.
Jesus. So I was saying, if you still want to send something from the unboxing, just DM me or send it to the station. I know a couple of people have sent stuff to the station. Just send it here or DM me for an address, but you have until the 23rd because the 23rd I unbox everything.
Will you accept cash?
No, I don't want anything major, just funny stuff.
Well,
No.
here someone
I did say I wouldn't mind a Dillian Harper fleshlight, but
which would be like $100, wouldn't it?
I don't know if you just reach out and say
No,
for Iggy,
you got to
should
buy all
probably-
the attachments.
You reached out
Just
to
say-
who? Leo?
say
What's
this
her
is-
What's her handler?
He's
Woof?
gone. He's gone.
Iggy, I got you a $3,000 patio set for Christmas. The 5-inch by 7-inch box should be arriving this weekend. It's from a new bowl.
You already have a watch, though.
I sent Ken fly swatters, and have yet to see a video of him killing a damn fly. He's getting coal for Christmas now. That's from the 618.
Oh, you didn't use the
Well, you
gift.
didn't watch me outside. I would sit outside with that thing on my patio. If a fly came on the table, I'd smash it.
For the love of God, stop begging for Christmas presents from Harrison's brother Master.
Listen, masturbator, I didn't beg for anything.
Oh, gosh, no. Don't
They did a poll on the fan page.
They did. They
Would
absolutely
anybody want to see Iggy do an unboxing again? I think it was like 82 to 18 said yes. So I just did what the listeners wanted. I never came on here and said,
No, you didn't.
I should do another unboxing.
Not once. did you?
Somebody
Someone else.
brought it up. Iggy, we'd love to see you do another unboxing.
And so you did it.
So don't send anything, masturbator. I
Okay,
don't care.
stop emailing.
And again, thank you to Learn. That was very sweet of you. It was a
Wonderful
thoughtful
gift.
present. I will use that calendar. I may hang it up in here so we can all use it.
That'd be wonderful. Yeah, I figured that a lot of the stuff that you're getting on these unboxings will end up on this shelf here.
Yeah, well, depending what they are.
Well, we're not going to have this shelf, but for
Yeah.
a few more days, I think.
Who knows? Who knows? But I do know one thing before we get to the drops of the week, and that's Muggsy. That's Muggsy jeans.
Right.
You know, it's gifting season, so allow me to give you a little cheat code. That cheat code is Muggsy. The
They
only
make nice breeches.
Oh, the best. They're the only jeans you'll ever want to wear again. The most damn comfortable denim ever made.
I had mine
And
on yesterday.
Yeah, they're a great pant, aren't they? Designed to fit you perfectly every single time. You got to say goodbye to those old tight jeans that make your legs feel like they're being squeezed. You know, the crotch kind of smells like...
Skinny jeans?
Yeah, the crotch kind of smells
Old
like...
guys look really good in skinny jeans.
Yeah, it kind of the crotch smells like Braunschweiger. You know,
Oh, why are you smelling the crotch?
Oh, it's just you know how old jeans get. You know, after they've been worn a lot, especially commando. After you crap yourself at the bowling.
Oh,
You know, you don't want to wear those jeans ever.
this
again.
is in the copy for this?
You know, this is a little ad lib I'm doing here.
Oh,
but I'll tell you
okay.
one thing: Muggsies aren't like that at all. They're crafted from their insane stretch material that moves and grooves with you, and they create airflow down below. Plus, they're so soft you'll feel like you're wearing sweatpants. They're available in any color you could ever want. And this winter, they are changing the game as the official sponsor of Warm Nuts because their new line of jeans with fleece and flannel, literally stitched inside the entire leg. They make sure your acorns stay perfectly nice and toasted.
Oh.
The absolute perfect gift for anyone in your life that you want to show that you care about. So head to Muggsy.com right now and grab the gift of insanely comfortable style for everyone in your life this year. They're doing everything they can to make things easy for dudes who want to look great and feel even better. Staples that every guy needs in his closet like jeans, flannels, jackets, you name it. They make it look incredible and feel even softer than I thought was possible. Seriously. Use code TMA for 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. That's Muggsy.com. The promo code is TMA for 10% off your entire order. Experience life-changing comfort with Muggsy.
Oh, a little, yeah.
You
A
like
bit
that?
of a delay there.
Yeah, you like that?
There's one
You like
picture I
that?
want to show the listeners in here that I've forgotten all about this picture.
Can we talk more about the Muggsies?
He just gave them Muggsy.com.
I was just thinking the sweatpants are the most comfortable pants you can wear, but they're inappropriate to wear to work or school or out and about.
Sure.
But Muggsies is the next best thing. They're just as comfortable as the sweatpants.
They could be, honestly, I've worn some that are even more comfortable than sweatpants, for real.
Have you?
They're unbelievable how soft and comfy they are, and they stretch, move with you. Like, if you're, like, in between sizes, no matter what size you're going to get, they're going to, like, fit really well because they stretch a little bit. So I got, like, you can size down. Some of the Wall-Rye, you can size down a little bit.
Well, you wear a double husky, don't you?
No, 34. 34 is right in my wheelhouse. Wide birthing hips, I would describe it. I have.
Yeah, I got 32s.
Yeah, and
that
they
way,
fit
if they
perfectly,
get a little
don't
tight,
they?
they just stretch out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love them.
What's the
Here's
picture you'd like to show?
this is from September, or this is the September in the calendar. This was me, Jay, Learn Lux, and Ken Bone.
What a squad.
Judging the Hot Shots.
Squad goals.
This is when Ken Bone was big after the debate thing.
Debate.
It doesn't have a red sweater on, though. And this was at Hot Shots, judging the Miss Hot Shots contest.
That's a great picture. That is a wonderful picture.
You're showing the picture now on the YouTube camera.
Isn't that where Learn accused you of smoking all over
Yeah,
her
it was
face?
Jay. Look at Jay just giggling like a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
He loved Learn Lux.
Everybody does.
Yeah, I remember that night.
It was a great.
I didn't ask Jay Boy to do anything because I'd only met Learn once, and she didn't remember it. But it was at some concert or an outing. I met her briefly. We didn't know each other, and so I didn't know her from Adam, basically, as far as meeting her. And on the dais, he had Ken Bone at the end, Jay, me, Learn Lux, and Jay ran over the table, took Iggy nameplate, and put me way down by Ken Bone.
Oh no!
And then put him in between Learn and Lux.
He's a veteran.
And he smoked the whole time.
Veteran.
He smoked the whole time in there. And Learn said, and Iggy, all Iggy did was smoke. No, it was Jay. I went outside and smoked.
Yeah.
So that's where the whole smoking thing came. But anyway, again, thank you, Learn.
Yeah, thank you to Learn. Get involved with the presentation. You can text on in to 314-881-TMA5, Engineer Design Facilities. Text inbox. You can call on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone line, 636-904. TMA Pablo, can I hear a little bit about Engineer Design Facilities?
Oh, that'd be
the
nice.
wonderful people at EDF.
That'd be perfect.
Pablo, I believe Ox is still off.
Oh, son of a...
You're all good,
Okay,
baby.
yeah,
We
my
got it
bad.
taken care of. I see the text coming in. We got it taken care
I'm
of.
like half dead.
Well,
No,
what
no,
about
what does that mean when Ox is off?
Now, YouTube won't be able to hear it.
It's so we avoid copyright issues with
Oh,
songs. But
how about that?
if you can't hear, sometimes it's time to make a drink. That's what I hear. I had time to
What
make
sort
a
of
drink.
drink? Any
Batch and
suggestions?
bottle. Batch and bottle. Pause. Can you hear a little about batch and bottle?
That would be nice.
I would like to tell you about Batch and Bottle. Doug, making a delicious drink should be as easy and simple as pouring a glass of wine. Now it is, thanks to Batch and Bottle's new ready-to-serve cocktails, all containing super premium spirits like the Hendricks Gin Martini, Glenfiddich Single Malt Manhattan, Reka Rhubarb Cosmo, and Monkey Shoulder Lazy Old Fashioned. Don't spend your next party in the kitchen shaking and stirring while your guests have a good time without you like a cock. Treat them and treat yourself to Batch and Bottle's premium ready-to-serve cocktails. Batch and Bottle premium pre-batch cocktails imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. That is Batch and Bottle.
Bingo.
Some of the endings on these things.
It's Friday.
Can I give Learn one more shout out, though?
Please.
Oh, this is the Learn Hour.
No, Lane Narrows, her band Lane Narrows. Normally they play out at Copper Fire, and they'll play on Saturday afternoons. An evening show. Lane Narrows is going to be in, what's it called? Shoot.
Shoot.
C-H-U-T-E. Shoot Bar and Grill.
Where's that?
I think it's in Alton.
Oh.
And they're playing this Saturday, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Ooh.
Well, that's prime bar time.
So an evening show.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, so if you want to go see Lane Narrows and Learn can sing.
Lauren can really. I mean, we saw it when KG and O-Town did that TikTok that blew up.
Yeah, I kind of like my background vocals on that as well.
I agree.
Your vocals aren't as sharp.
No, but I think on that Tom Petty song, I killed it.
I don't know that you killed it.
But,
Not to pat myself on the back or anything.
Yeah, I really can't
never
sing.
do that.
But in that one, I kind of hit it. So Lane Narrows is going to be playing Saturday night at Shoot Barn Grill in Alton, 9 to 5. Go out and see Lauren and the band.
Yeah, God bless.
I may be out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Larry Nichols should be out there. He lives in Alton.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you going to go?
You going to pick him up?
Are you going to go, Iggy?
I think I might. I'll have to wait and see.
Why don't you pick up Nixie?
I have a birthday party, but should be over by 9.
Party.
I don't think Larry is really into music.
Well, sure he is.
He goes to our events.
And he's great.
When he gets a ride.
It's Friday, folks. You know what that means. It's time for the drops of the week.
It's a lever blow.
Iggy's Drops of the Week.
Who would be your dream father-in-law?
Hey, Dave, here's a song for you. We're back from a break. Da-da-da-da. Hey, everybody. Paul Schaefer. What a douche.
But I think I might be falling for Bill.
I saw a TikTok last night from Chelsea Handler.
We changing the subject?
No. Well, if you would...
I'm in a category Rookie of the Year with all of Jackson's friends.
You could make the argument that the only pure relationship that was actually out of love in The Sopranos is Vito and Johnny Cakes.
Yeah, I'll keep your wife busy as long as you don't mind her falling in love with me and questioning her relationship with you.
Somebody asked me about my pot roast. Now you can come to my room whenever you want.
Wonder if she goes there. Wonder if we could trip.
How come that wrestling thing is still like a segment?
There's tongs there, idiot.
Yeah, use the tongs, idiot.
Why were you deep-throating a Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar on Instagram?
Pardon me?
Ooh, little Tommy Tribbins thinks I'm a virgin.
He's feeding that hog, though, Doug.
I went over and I just gently, covered up his junk.
The winter meetings go on till when?
Till they're over.
You have transparent skin and your night hole is Harith. Now spit some hot takes. Not the seed slurped from Gareth.
Same hole, different penis. I'm not subsidizing an HD2 radio program.
Oh, you son of a so-and-so.
That's perfect response.
And people know I like the last act of Macy's.
Plowsy's classically handsome.
I don't even want to kiss after oral. Stay away.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on. It's not that
I
bad.
find that sad. When guys don't want to kiss
I don't
after
want
that.
to taste myself.
It sounds like you need a little talk with Jeremiah Crow.
I'm thriving.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week.
That was vile.
Thank God you weren't
Really
here yesterday.
vile.
You missed the I'm suave.
Was that yesterday?
I think
2 days ago.
I think it was 2 days ago.
Well, thank you for not clipping it.
You didn't like it? I think it was
Well, it made no sense.
No, the word wasn't used correctly.
Can't much have an adjective.
Yeah.
But, I've struggled with the English language already today. So
Right, I think we all do time to time. It's a difficult language.
100%. We have another piece of audio that I'd like to play, Doug. It's we did this segment on Balloon Party at the beginning. It was called So What'd Your Grandma Think? Obviously in reference to the Calvin May question that he asked Jason Hayward.
And how many people on that show who listen know what that was from?
We would play that. We would play it. There was like an open to it, so we'd play that beforehand. We kind of have something similar here. Atlanta Hawks point guard Trae Young and the reporter kind of got into it, and I found it kind of funny, and I wonder what everyone's opinion on it is. So
Okay.
I'll play it now.
Situation. I mean, we're all grown men here, and there's sometimes we don't always agree, and it's unfortunate that private situations and private conversations get out to the public, but I guess that's what the world we live in now. But I'll just focus on basketball and focus on helping my team win, and that's what I got to get to refocus it on.
But what's public was that you not at the game, so why weren't you there?
Man, it sound you at me, bro.
I'm curious. I mean, you're leader of this team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for people who don't know the full situation to understand it. So, I mean, it's like I said, it's a private matter again, and it made public, which was unfortunate. And if it was stayed private, it probably wouldn't have been as big of a deal. But like I said, it's unfortunate. But my job and my goal is to win a championship, and that's all I'm focused on.
But you can see the perception, though, Trey. You are a leader of this team, and when you're not there to support your guys.
When you're an outside guy like you are, and you don't understand in a private matter, in a private situation, you should probably stay on the outside. Like I said, it's unfortunate that everybody has to understand and know a little bit of the details that went on inside. But, inside here, we're all good. And, you got any more questions about that, then you can talk to somebody else about it. That's all I got to say about it.
Again, I respect what you're saying about the private of the locker room, the private of the practice court. We're not here. I guess it's just a public thing of you not going to support your teammates when you're healthy about not going on the bench. So where's the disconnect there?
If I was healthy, I would have been playing.
But I mean, John was in a boot and he was still at the game.
Yeah, but you don't know the full story. Again, no, I don't want to.
So that's just, there's more to it. If you're being healthy, and just, I mean,
a private matter needs to stay private.
It does bring up an interesting issue. If a player needs to miss a game, how much of an explanation does he owe the public if it is something intensely private?
Right, and I think that's certainly the crux of the conversation is like, well, what becomes private and what becomes public?
Yeah.
I think what Trae Young had a problem with is he kept telling the reporter, it's a private matter, I don't really want to speak about it, and he kept asking.
Right.
And I remember just like, it's asking the same question looking for a different answer. Like, that's just not going to work out, and then you're going to build a bad rapport with the player.
If you had a health issue or something that you might find embarrassing to tell the public, or if a family member had something like that.
Right.
Yeah, but he said what got out, it shouldn't have got out. It's not private that you weren't at the game.
Yeah, I was just about to
Somebody,
say that.
you say he wasn't at the game. Is that supposed to be, shh, he's not here, but don't say anything. We can see you're not here.
Right.
That's not private.
And that's what he said. It's what was public was that you weren't at the game. But the reasoning, I don't think any player has to tell reporters why they miss games.
No, I don't either.
No, they don't have to.
He's got to tell his coach, manager,
of course,
GM. He's got to tell the team, probably.
But that's the only people that truly matter.
Yeah.
But what Young was saying is that it was a private matter, me not being there. Well, no, it's not. It's a public matter. You weren't at the game. Now, if you don't want to tell people, and I get what he's saying. If he says, it's private what happened behind closed doors, why I wasn't there, you don't need to know. And he should have said, okay, that's fine. But it wasn't private that you weren't there.
Sure, absolutely. And I think it got off to a bad start when the tone in which the first question was, well, what was public was why you weren't there, and you're a leader on this team. And it was like, Trae Young was like, wow, you're kind of going at me like that. Like, I think that there's a mutual respect, and Doug, you would know this better than anyone, being in sports media for 40 years.
And still working like 50 or 60 hours a week.
80 hours a week.
That's more than full-time. You said you'd be full-time, but you're doing overtime.
Yeah, because I love it so much.
But, like, to get respect, you give respect kind of situation. And that, I didn't think that first question was a respectful tone to ask a player.
You could have asked it without acting like you were coming at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, did you have some big problem? Is everything okay?
And then once they say, hey, it's a private matter, I don't really want to speak about
then
it.
you just
kind of let it go.
And that's a story you're not going to get.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate guys that have that job, whether they be sideline reporters or whatever for the team, that actually will try to hold a player accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Too many of them just suck up to the player so bad that they could never ask that question. They could never do journalism like that because they're such good friends with every player. Whereas you have a guy like that, something like that comes up, you will ask that question. Now, he probably went a little too far with it. He got his answer, wasn't going to get anything more. But at least he asked the question.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody wants to be friends with everybody on the team, and you don't get those questions.
It's harder for sports guys than it is for news guys because you deal with these people all the time, sometimes every day. And if you ruin your relationship, you're going to get nothing ever. If you dig too hard for one story on Monday, that could be it. They may shut you out forever.
Yeah.
I respect the reporter because I don't think he was coming off. I don't know. Maybe I don't think he was coming off as a dick. It sounded like he was annoyed that, like, kind of regurgitating a basic answer. And if a reporter allows a player to go, it's a private matter, and then leaves it at that, that's the only quotes you're going to get from every player. It's a private matter.
I think
you're never going to. You're not going to have a job in a couple of years because every player goes, "Oh, look at this! Just a blanket statement. It's a private matter. It's a private matter." They don't triple down. They don't grill me. They don't try to, get a story. Then, being a reporter, your job is done.
But that should be enough. I mean, you don't know. It could be a sickness in the family. It could be one of his kids So you don't know. So you just have to take that. With what they say and say, okay, well, I'll buy that. I'm not going to dig into it.
But
now, if you find out that he got drunk the night before, he was in a strip bar all night and got hung over, it's a different story. But
the context of it.
The context is him and his coach were pissed off at each other.
Right.
So, like,
Nate McMillan.
I think the context.
Disagreement.
Yeah, I think the context is important for this. Like, if it was a family matter, the PR department would have came out before the game. Hey, you're having a family issue. It's not like the reporter going to go, which family member is sick? Is he dead? He or she dead? It's like once you hear a family issue, it's over. Yeah. But once you have a story that your star player and the head coach are spatting and he's not on the bench and he's healthy, that is a story. So saying it's a private matter and then being a reporter and saying, oh yeah, you're right, That to me is not doing your job, and you're about to get whacked,
he
son.
did say that if he was healthy, he would have played. So there was clearly a health thing to go along with it. Whether,
But that's way you're being way too secretive about a minor injury.
but he doesn't. I think
That
I'm
to
not
me
trying
is
to like
shady,
hold water.
bro. I've seen enough people lie. I mean, there's a story there, and his job is to get a story.
Agreed.
If we
100%.
want $30 million a year player to be able to control the media, then I mean, there's no point to have local media.
I hear
To
what you're
bring one national reporter being your friend, give him
if you missed-
what you want, and that's that.
If you missed the game because of a problem with the coach, then the question should be, did you miss the game because of a problem with the coach?
Right.
You got to ask that question exactly that kind of way, I guess, so it's not so easy for him to say it's a private matter. I mean, we miss days at work here. It's a private matter. We don't tell anyone why we're out.
Yeah, exactly. And
they can keep pressuring us. We're not going to tell them why we're out. We're just out.
And Plazzi, to your point about the privates, I agree that like he has a job to get a story, but when the guy tells you 4 different times it's a private matter, he's clearly not going to give you the answer, and all you're doing is hurting your reputation with that player.
I think that soundbite makes Trae Young look worse than the reporter if it
All right.
just
Hey.
if
Opinions, everyone's got one.
Like perhaps he was suspended a game. But even if you are, don't you still show up?
I mean, if fans are buying your jerseys, fans are paying $90, $150 a ticket to go see Trae Young. I think a little transparency. I think it's a private matter is.
Well, then does everyone have to be public about everything that goes on in their life?
No, my point is it's a trickle-down effect. If that's all you need to say as a player to get out of any controversial soundbite, then you're never going to have post-game interviews without, it's a private matter. Oh, what happened in the game tonight? I saw you spatting with another player. That's a private matter.
Well,
okay,
I don't think they'd go
there
that
goes
far with it.
news because now you just can't double down and ask a player.
Well, that
would be
they
a
wouldn't go
slippery
that far
slope
with it.
fallacy.
Yeah.
That one thing will lead to 100 other things.
If it was indeed a health issue, that's all you really have to say if it's a health issue.
But he made a great point. Hey, you got a player in a boot. He was unhealthy. He was on the bench.
But everyone's different.
Well,
everyone has different situations. Now we have another piece of audio similar to that. Richard Sherman was on the KJ Wright show that is on 7:10 a.m. Seattle Sports with Brock and Salk and KJ Wright. And
Brock and Salk.
And Richard Sherman wasn't happy with Salk, and so we have some audio of that.
You know the voice, Richard Sherman, with us here on Seattle Sports on 710. When you went elsewhere, first to San Francisco and then Tampa, what did it teach you, or what did you learn about the differences between those places and what you had seen here in Seattle?
Well, first off, I remember when I exited here, and I remember some words from you, that were a lot different than I had heard when I was here. So you know what I mean? It's a little different. I'm gonna answer the questions from Brock and KJ, but we're gonna excuse you out of this.
Well, first of all, that's just not true. I mean, like the words you heard from me were actually pretty similar to what you had heard while you were here. You just maybe didn't hear them.
Yeah, because I don't listen to your show. But again,
that's fine. I'm not asking you to listen, but the words didn't change. I didn't say anything different when you left from when you were here.
You're excused from the interview.
All right.
Well, sorry.
It doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is, a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does. It kind of does, though.
No, not really how this works, man.
Sorry, for your dog. When
That's the only reason I'm here, because of KJ.
Well, I appreciate that, but
the man thinks he can.
If you've got an issue, you can feel free to talk about it.
Because of KJ, not because of you. So
I understand that. If you've got an issue, I'm happy to talk through those with you, man. If you've got a problem, something you want to talk about.
Divas, man. This is why getting athletes into TV and radio is just a bad idea.
That's a pretty broad statement.
Wow.
They've been broadcasting since the beginning of broadcasting.
It used to be one former player and athlete and then 3 professionals with degrees, and now it doesn't matter. They just, let's throw 4 athletes up there and a ringleader to try to ring them together with hot takes. It's just...
Well, you go for whatever makes an entertaining show.
That was entertaining.
I was entertained by that.
I was too.
That's
I
not how
that.
this works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not. You're the guest. If you don't want to talk to me, then see ya. I don't care.
Yeah.
But KJ got the guest on, so I know.
It would be hard as an athlete to hear negative things said about you. And then a year or two later, the people that were saying negative things call you back and want you to do an interview, and you're supposed to be really nice and sweet. It'd be hard.
Well, as long as you don't get personal with it, like if you just go on what you see on the field and don't get personal with it, players should understand and media should understand if the player doesn't get personal, that it's just business. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You're paid to critique
or talk about the games, if you do it in a professional manner without getting personal, there should be no issues. The second you start getting personal is when you have situations. I don't know if Salk, I didn't hear what Salk said before when Sherman left the team. But
you weren't listening to that station?
I wasn't tuned in. I'm not one of the 50 radio executives.
Do you think if you were a professional athlete, if you played for the Cardinals or the Blues here, you would listen to talk radio and listen to what people had to say about you?
How could you stay grounded if you just listen to people either crap on you or give you flowers? If you're trying to stay level-headed, you gotta tune that out.
Yeah.
Well, I give Salty credit because he could have turned that into him. He could have started screaming at Sherman and yelling at him and calling him names and he was very polite about, well, I didn't say anything differently, and I get it. Too many hosts try to turn something into them. I'll give you an example.
Self-awareness is flowing through the studios.
Turn this into me.
Yeah.
I was doing a show over on 920 when Tim was running 920. I was doing an evening show with these guys. And I told them, I said, I'm going to get Pete Rose on with us tomorrow night. And I got kind of a relationship with Pete basically through Todd Callahan.
Yeah, Charlie Hustle.
Todd Callahan used to produce his show out in Florida. So I got to know him a little bit.
Yeah.
I said, just don't talk to him about betting on baseball and getting back in.
That's verboten.
Because it's old. He doesn't want to talk about it anymore, but we can talk baseball with him. We talk Cardinals. He follows the Cardinals. He follows baseball.
You can talk about that with Sparky Pfeiffer.
Talk about MLB. Talk about MLB.com where he's on there, things like that.
Yeah.
So what the host said, well, you got to ask him about that. I said, no, you don't have to ask him about that. I said, if you're going to ask him about that, I'm going to call him and tell him not to come on.
Don't come on at all.
Because you're going to piss him off. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's talked about it enough.
Yeah.
There's many other things we can talk to Pete Rose. And plus, we have Pete Rose on this little show.
Topics, yeah.
Sure enough. I mean, first question. Pete, let's get into betting on baseball. I know you're trying to get back into the game. And he goes, I really don't want to talk about that. He said, I don't know why you brought that up.
Yeah.
He says, it's a stupid question. I've asked him many times. I want to talk baseball with you guys, but if you're going to bring that up, I don't need to be on here. It's stupid.
Yeah, he's out.
So then he made a fool of himself. And then at the break, he goes,
what did he say?
You planted that, didn't you? You called Pete and told him to go off on me if I asked that question. I said, you are such a moron.
Yeah, come on.
I told you not to ask the question. I know Pete well enough to know when you asked him that question, that's what he was going to say.
Exactly right.
I didn't call him and say, yeah, go off on him, because I knew he'd do it if you asked. So why did you ask the question?
Good question.
Well, it's one that needed to be questioned. No, it didn't need to be asked. You were just trying to get some publicity out of it, and nobody's listening to our show.
No one hears it.
So you're not going to get publicity because nobody's listening to this show.
Yeah, you think Pete Rose goes, okay, now's the time to come out with the full truth on CBS Sports 920.
Yeah.
So that was one of the worst shows I've ever worked for.
It's almost repeat here. It's almost as if they asked Richard Sherman to consolidate the drops and organize them. That's from the 314. You're right, Plowboy. The NBA on TNT with 3 athletes and 1 non-athlete is just terrible. Ward, do you think before you just spew mouth diarrhea?
Oh.
That's from Iggy's friend.
Have you seen? Okay, the basketball one with Charles Barkley is fantastic. I never said it wasn't. Have you watched ESPN and their show that they throw on in the afternoon? It's 3 athletes and a random host, and it's absolutely miserable.
Why do you hate Michael Irvin?
I mean, you throw Tony Romo in there, and you pay him $20 million a year. You think he's a savant. He's just not.
Well, if it was just random hosts, then nobody would ever watch. If it was just guys like us, who would ever watch?
Well, ESPN is a on the background in the bars in the afternoon type of program.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody.
But you want insight from people that were actually there and did it.
Right.
To a point, yes, but it just with 4 of them there, they all talk about former stories that really doesn't fit in with the topic. It's all humble bragging. It's, I don't know. I don't find it that entertaining. I like, more 1 athlete, 2 athletes, and then a dais of.
Other than a sporting event, I can't tell you the last time I watched ESPN. Seriously.
It's usually on when I get home because I'll turn it on. I'll turn on the TV in the morning for my dogs, and it'll be on there.
Your dogs like ESPN.
Well, they just like background noise.
The story.
No better background noise than Skip Bayless yelling at Sharp for 3 hours.
The stories about Richard Sherman on the KJ Wright Show and Iggy's don't really correlate at all. The show is called TMA, not Old Man Manderings. Meanderings, I should say. Sit in the corner and put your thumb in your mouth. That's from Here's the Sex Bed.
Or I'll put my foot up your ass.
Come on now, don't threaten our listeners.
That's sexy.
You think you whoop most of our listeners?
No, not one of them.
Well,
I don't know.
It was kind of tied into the story when I said I gave the salty guy credit. And hasn't Barrett brought up the guy Salty before?
His name is Michael Sulk.
Sulk.
Oh, I thought
It's
Salty.
not salt. It's not salty.
Sulk. Well, he wasn't sulking during the interview.
There you go.
And I gave him credit that he could have made it into him. Did you hear me go off on Sherman? I yelled at him. No, he didn't do that. And I turned it into the story about the host of the show I was doing.
you did.
Wanted to make it all about him.
Right.
Hopefully that he was going to get something out of Pete Rose and then make it a story about our show. No. So I kind of tied the two together, if you'd have been listening.
Hey, Albie the Simp. Happy Hanukkah. It's from Big Tuft. That was kind of nice.
Boy,
Thank
that
you.
was a nice salutation.
Yeah, I felt bad that I didn't put like
Oh, you're good.
what's the 12 candle thing?
8 candles, menorah.
Menorah?
Technically
I
9
wanted to try and
candles.
put some menorah stuff in here, but I couldn't find
It's
anything.
all good, baby. There's one out in the lobby.
Yes, there is.
I wasn't going to steal that and put it in here.
No, you should not do that. But thank you. Starts on Sunday night. First name basis with Pete Rose. Cool flex, potato face. That's from Brian Henshin. That wasn't nice.
Oh God! Well,
Yeah, that one got you. That one hit you a little bit.
You know, I'm sure you can hang out with the female lacrosse players on a first name basis out there in Indianapolis. Good for you.
Oh, his comments seem to hit you right in the solar plexus. So.
Look, dude. I mean,
Not
I don't
quite
brag about
crestfallen.
anything. I've been doing this for 30 years, so you get to know people. If you don't, you're doing something wrong.
I've always liked Pete Rose. He's a power Hoosier.
Yeah,
But he was a very nice guy. When he was a manager, interviewed him a few times. He couldn't have been any nicer.
How do you like his white flat brim with no logo on it? He wears every time I see him, he's wearing that, with like a pastel shirt, a little bit oversized, blue jeans.
He's begging an
sneakers.
advertiser, okay, I got this blank hat.
Yeah,
you can
he's
throw
like,
your logo on
someone
it.
throw this. His real estate is open.
But don't you think he should get into the Hall of Fame at this point?
He should have been in 30 years ago.
You could
man.
make the argument that Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens are the best hitter and pitcher in the history of the game.
Right.
And neither one is in.
Here's my thing on the Barry Bonds thing. All the runs counted. Like every time you hit a home run, the Giants got runs. So why would we discredit the home runs?
You could put the guys in with an asterisk that they've, this is what happened in his career. This is why his induction to the Hall of Fame was delayed. That's why there's controversy. But there's no denying the stats that these guys put up.
And I'm not going to back, cheating or whatever. But greenies in the 60s, 70s they weren't illegal, but they were frowned upon.
Is that just like Adderall?
And it's basically speed is what it is.
Okay.
And so I don't know how much it helps your hand-eye coordination, but those were legal but frowned upon. And if I'm not mistaken, Bonds and a couple others, when they had the first steroid, or when they were, testing, all the substance they used were legal but frowned upon at the time. And then in 2004, I think, is when they banned them. And then Palmeiro got, caught, and I think a couple other people. So, I mean, technically, the substances were just like greenies at the beginning of that late 90s because there wasn't a bunch of steroids that were illegal. I think there was only a couple at the time, and you find a workaround. So, again, I'm not justifying the cheating, but also I'm saying, the players that we say, have a clean record, they were all doing greenies. You have people on acid. The 70s were just as,
I don't think that was a PED, though.
Well, no, it's just I'm just talking the wild, wild west of baseball didn't just start with steroids. I hate how it just painted. I mean, Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer without him anyways. It's probably Roger Clemens was as well. Again, you can kind of guesstimating on that, but.
I get the gambling thing back in the day. I mean, still you can't bet on baseball.
Yeah.
But what if they would make steroids legal? All right, we're just going to let people take steroids. Do what you want. We want more runs in the game. I mean, do what you want. If you get a prescription, you want to do them. Then they'd probably say, okay, well, Bonds, and everybody's doing steroids now. They're legal, so they go in. Two of the biggest advertisers in Major League Baseball are DraftKings and FanDuel. They want you to bet on baseball. Some of these games are throwing the spreads up. Fourth inning, you still get plus 110. If you're doing all that and you think it's okay now, we're going to take their money, how can you keep him out of the Hall of Fame?
Well, because he was the manager and he could have had an effect on all that gambling.
I know, but now they're kind of saying, okay, it's bad, but now we're going to take the money.
It's okay for the fans to bet,
I know,
but it's
but
not
still,
okay
you're
for the players
saying,
and the managers
but
to
back in the
manipulate
day, they wouldn't even
games.
touch gambling.
No, well, I
now they're
understand what you're
embracing
saying.
it.
But you could see how being the manager or a player, you don't want them involved in it and throwing the game and ruin the integrity of the game.
I get that because, and there is a difference because they looked at the spreadsheets. He bet on his team every time. I get that. He wasn't throwing games. Now, did he use his pitchers a little bit different in a game that he had $50,000 on maybe? I'm using my whole bullpen today. I got to win this game, which could affect the next day's game. If you're going to go in that direction, I get it. But if you're betting on your team to win, you're not throwing baseball games.
No.
That's what they're worried about, like this Black Sox. They're worrying about throwing a baseball game because you bet on this and you got a lot of money involved and you go out and strike out 9 times.
And people with steroid, people do realize you still have to be an athlete to hit a home run. Like me injecting one single steroid, I'm not going to go out to Busch Stadium and hit 480-foot bombs. It's not the same as having all the answers on a Scantron test to where it's that's blatant cheating. And this is obviously to a point in blatant cheating. You still have to be an athlete. You still have to have the hand-eye coordination. Stop telling me just Bonds was a trash player and then took steroids and became a Hall of Famer.
No, nobody's saying that a man on the street could have been a major league player. They're saying the guys that were major league players, some had an unfair advantage against others by using illegal substances.
Do we actually know that, though? We don't know how many pitchers we're using. Like, we don't know the facts. And then people immediately say, oh, well, this guy didn't do steroids back in the 80s or 70s because he's my favorite player. Do we have proof of that? And the people that are saying that these guys are on steroids, some of them never actually have had a positive test. It's in a book. It's hearsay. I just think it's hilarious that we're like the moral police now. It's pretty bad.
Hey guys, I'm a little behind on the YouTube stream. Did Iggy literally just talk about giving dildos to his family members? That's from Kakeem Elijahwan.
We did brush that under the rug.
Just throw it right out there on the floor.
Make a mess with it.
We're all adults. What else you want me to say? What else you want me to say?
I thought there was something else.
It's just kind of awkward to
No,
throw
I said
sex
we're all
toys on the
adults.
floor for your family members.
Again, we're all adults.
Still awkward.
Oh, man.
All right, maybe I'll take the dildo out to appease you, even though you're not in my family.
No.
Send your emails in. There'll probably be some hot emails for today's Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. That address is themorningafter@insidestl.com. The current standings: Big Old Fan is 3 for 3. 3 emails, 3 wins. He's at the top of the leaderboard with JV Golf Coach Lo Sween and Buck Swope, all having 2 wins apiece. And then Ken Strode, Company Man, has 1 win. We are.
How many does Kevin Miller have?
0 that wins this month. Yeah. We're broadcasting live from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Doug, what does this sign say behind me here? We got 2.6 grams of carbs.
That's all.
And 95 calories.
That's not many calories.
It's a good holiday beer because you can kind of lean into it, have a couple, and you won't feel as full.
You won't feel
Plowsy, you could have drank 20 of those beers and still had less calories than what you've eaten this morning.
No, I've actually been light. I'm like sleep deprived, so I had 3 yogurts.
3 yogis.
I got 2 yogurts and a butterscotch pudding.
You gonna take a nap today?
Oh my God, I'm gonna be comatose after the show. Yeah.
Oh.
Coming up in just a moment, we're going to have Lisa Ann on for Fantasy Football Friday. 2-part questions presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. But before that, Iggy, can you tell us a little bit about the good people over at Blue Chew and what you can get for our listeners for the holiday season?
I can.
He's cheating. He got a cheat sheet right now.
No, I've got
these important information.
There's things I can't pronounce, and I have to phonetically throw them out there.
We'll walk you through it.
Yeah. We're only like, 8 days, 9 days away from Christmas?
Seems like
9 days.
Yeah, you still have time, guys, if you want to get your wife something that she hasn't had in a while.
What would that be?
Your erection.
Oh.
Do something about it.
What should you do?
BlueChew.com. That's all you got to do. And it should get there by Christmas.
I would think so, yeah.
Go to BlueChew.com.
Yeah.
Promo code, type in TMA.
What's the promo code?
TMA.
TMA, okay.
And you know what you're going to pay for your first month's order?
Oh, a lot, money.
0.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, that's better.
$5 for shipping and handling, which is cheap anyway.
That's nothing.
But you're paying nothing for the chewable tablets.
Yeah.
Same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
What are those
now
ingredients?
In a Vardenafil mint flavor.
Anything else?
Well, what else you want?
Well, I just wanted to know the active ingredients.
Well, in those chewables, in the Vardenafil. See, that's why I phonetically
Okay, I'm sorry I asked about it now.
I can't pronounce these words.
Okay.
Vardenafil mints.
You're not a pharmacist.
Same active ingredients as, what does that say, Doug? You want to do it?
Oh, I can't read your writing.
Levitra and Stayactin.
Okay.
Same active ingredients. It's an online prescription, Doug. No going to the pharmacy. I said it yesterday.
No.
Doesn't happen often.
No, I wouldn't.
But if you're sitting there waiting and they can't find you, maybe you're shopping for something
Where
else.
are you?
What are they going to do? They're not going to run and get you. Johnny Johnson, your boner pills are ready.
They don't say that. They just don't.
Now everybody knows you have a problem.
This still in the copy?
I think that would even be against the law.
I kind of ad-lib.
It would be illegal to say that.
No, sometimes you slip. You're tired of waiting for the guy. Where is he? You just call out on the loudspeaker.
Johnny Johnson.
Come get your boner pills.
They don't say that.
You don't have to. They don't have that problem with Blue Chew. They come to the door. discreet packaging, no pharmacy, no doctor's visits, none of that. And it's free. So just go to BlueChew.com, type in TMA when you check out in the promo code, $5 shipping and handling, first month's free. Chew it and do it.
That's good advice there, but you don't need it.
I don't need it, no.
Not a product that you would use. But
well, if I did need it, I wouldn't be embarrassed. That's the thing. People think they're embarrassed. Oh, I can't get a hard
Johnny
on.
Johnson is. They called his name out.
No, I can't get hard on. There's to be embarrassed about. It happens to a lot of guys.
It does.
Not me, but it happens to a lot of guys. I know a lot of our listeners need it.
You'd put your boner up against anyone's.
Some people, yeah.
Well, that's a good finish to the
But
read
there's
right
nothing
there.
to be embarrassed about.
No,
So just, go to Blue Chew and it's a good Christmas present.
Sure
What'd you give me this year, honey? Guess what? We're going to have an erection tonight.
Oh.
Something you haven't seen in a month, thanks to Blue Chew.
Okay.
Shout out to Blue Chew. And also,
Well, you're filming everything, aren't you?
And also, shout out to Andrea's Steakhouse. It's another great gift you can get for Christmas. Plaza, can you hear a little bit about Andrea's Steakhouse?
Yeah, Iggy makes an appearance in this one.
Well, I was asked, and I answered it.
Iggy, we have Andrea's on board here, and I know you're an Andrea's guy through and through, aren't you?
I am. Not only their Andrea's sauce that I put on everything, but
Max is a great guy.
Max is a great guy. Just got married, back from his honeymoon.
Oh, God
Congratulations.
bless. Tip of the cap.
Yeah, but the restaurant out in Illinois is just fabulous. The steaks are the size of my head.
How do you do?
Oh, gosh, that's a big steak.
It is a big steak.
Hand-cut steaks brushed in their famous Andrea's steak sauce. Perfect for special occasions, anniversaries, birthdays, holiday parties, engagements. Not just for steak lovers, but also serving grilled tuna, broiled salmon, Chilean sea bass, and chicken entrees. Iggy's lesbian uncle wouldn't approve of the size of our meat because it's so big. It's a place to take your wife, not your cucky. It's Andrea's Steakhouse, a wonderful sponsor here of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Max's grandpa Sam used to have bikini models walk through the restaurant to sell swimsuits. We're all glad those days are over, or maybe just some of us. It's Andrea's Steakhouse.
House. Let him say the last word.
Steakhouse. All right, we're going to take a break. That's going to close out the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. Coming up, we'll have two-part questions, Fantasy Football Friday, with the great Lisa Ann, who was in town last week for
Yes,
End of the Year Listener Awards. Can't wait to talk to Lisa Ann, all presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. We'll also have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today and the Burr Rally Cutlery Cuts of the Week in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, or your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT. And you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family's story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Whoever said there's nothing new under the sun hasn't been to the new Press restaurant, located near Jefferson and 44 next to the Lucky Accomplice, and features the soon-to-be famous Smash Pizza. What's a Smash Pizza? It's a pizza stuffed with toppings, pressed, then topped with even more local farm ingredients. Located just 5 minutes from our baseball, hockey, and soccer venues, Press is open Thursday through Monday with daily specials 4 to 6, and they can cater your business lunch or dinner, with delivery available on Postmates and Uber Eats. Who says there's nothing new under the sun? Check out the new Press restaurant today.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. Bret Michaels is bringing something he's calling Party Gras to St. Louis Friday, July 28th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, part of the Allegiant Airways concert series, featuring music from Bret Michaels, Night Ranger, Jefferson Starship, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, and Steve Augeri, former lead singer of Journey. No, not the original guy, but not the current guy. The guy in between. That that guy. Anyway, you could go to the show for free. Sign up now on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com.
Celebrate all your college and fantasy teams' Tully touchdowns this weekend with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May your team be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Leonard Skinnard. ZZ Top. 2 American institutions unite. The Sharp-Dressed Simple Man Tour. August 17th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. With special guest, Uncle Kracker. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at LiveNation.com. Part of the Allegiant Always concert series. Bret Michaels, hot off the stadium tour, now brings you Party Gras 2023 with special appearances by former Journey singer Steve Augeri, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, plus special guests Night Ranger and Jefferson Starship. Friday, July 28th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Party Gras 2023, part of the Allegiant Always concert series.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open. Pepperoncini. 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 Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
105.7 HD2. The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After, the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Catch the game in a pint at one of the 2 locations in Sunset Hills and downtown. And Doug, we got her on the Access. On the Access again, not on the phone line. We got her on the Access. The great Lisa Ann, who was in town last week. Lisa, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Jackson, are you leading this show? Where is everybody? Are they late coming back from the restroom?
No. So Tim is out today, and Iggy's on a smoke break. He's on it.
Of course he is. He's got a heater going out there.
We got
What's
Doug.
up, Doug?
Doug's here. Plowsy's here. KG and O-Town's in studio shooting some video right now. So we got a full crew. We're just waiting on the Igster to come back.
Well, while we wait on the Igster, let me bring you guys in behind the curtain a little bit, shall we say?
Sure.
So every once in a while, there becomes this person on social media that just does not like me. And they go to great extremes. And there's this person that's been doing this for let's say 10 months. And he's been writing me very nasty emails. Now, on Dudes Do Better, I like to read mean emails. It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Now this guy is posting the most horrific YouTube videos about me nonstop. Now, I spent an hour last night in the chat with tech support on YouTube. They told me to go to the police. I talked to the police. They tell me you got to go to YouTube. They've got to have this video taken down. I've now had to hire a private investigator to find out exactly where this guy lives so that I know my safety measures here. And it is so out of control and it's so suffocating. And today I got up early, I went to the gym. I'm like, I'm going to have my head in the game because yesterday it kind of threw me off my game. Like, somebody is sending you death threats by the hundreds.
Oh, my God.
Setting up all these different email accounts. You have to wonder, where this guy's head's at, right? Like, how serious is he? Most of the time when people threaten you, they're not going to do something. If somebody wants to do something, this is mental warfare. He's, of course, trying to throw me off my game. But the fact that YouTube is allowing this is so beside me, because the words that he's using shouldn't even pass community guidelines. And the fact that he's taking my videos off of my page and then talking over them, telling people to find me where I live and throw poop at me, telling people to send me poop. Yesterday, he doxed my phone number, so I spent the day having to block hundreds of death threats into my phone. I can't change my phone number, of course. I've been through this before. But just to bring you into the things that I deal with that aren't fun, and what social media has opened for us, this access of just the whack jobs to... And this guy's been going for at least 40 hours. Now, mind you, the only solace I find is that when I watch his videos, I know what he looks like, so that if he approached me somewhere, I would be prepared. But he must be on some sort of a heater, because he hasn't stopped for 48 hours, and him and his friends are just like, because he'll talk to his friend who's holding the camera, producing video after video. I'm hoping he tires. Like my own friend who helps me report these things, I said this morning to him, like, I hope like he eventually tires this weekend. Like, this has been going on at such an extreme pace for the past 48 hours that I imagine the guy eventually is going to need a nap. And that's what I'm hoping for. So that's what I wanted to share with you.
What's the end game for somebody like that? What's he hoping for?
He's hoping to push me off the edge to potentially cause me to hurt myself or have someone else hurt me. So the end game is to have me off this earth.
Oh, these people are so gross.
But why? What would be the motivation for that?
He doesn't like me.
Yeah, people
he thinks I'm a horrible person. He doesn't think I belong to be on this earth.
Where are these posted, Lisa Ann? I'm sorry.
I'm being harassed by a YouTuber in a really horrible way.
But, I mean, he's posting these on his channel?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And I'll send you guys his page so that you can report it as well. Because the more people that can help me. It's Tommy Lamotta, Lamotta. You can easily find him on YouTube. But the more people that can help me with this would be great, because YouTube, an hour in the chat, and their final answer was, "We'll go to the police." I'm like, he's death threatening me on YouTube. He's calling me a Nazi on YouTube. He's reading over my content on YouTube. He's sending people after me on YouTube and through other ways. I'm getting emails of death threats. Like, they're like, "Oh, you should take all those emails to the police." I'm like, I'm going to, and I am, but you should take his videos down. To me, if a girl talks about OnlyFans on YouTube, they'll take down the video sometimes. Like, you'll take down a sex worker's video, but you won't take down somebody who is causing stress and potential harm to another human being. I have to worry about going to events. This guy's going to rally his people. Like, it's nuts. It's just nuts.
Oh, it's terrible. Gross. You're going through that.
It sucks. This guy clearly has serious mental illness. And
he is not friends with his head.
Yeah,
okay? There's no way he's friends with his head. And, I wrote him back a couple of, like, once a month I'll write him back and be like, "Hey, why don't we just move on from this? Like, why are you still doing this? Like, just let's let it go. If you don't like somebody, like, you see a show on Netflix, you don't like it, don't watch it." I don't read his name in the emails, but and all the emails come in from these different things, but the emails are actually really funny because they're so vile that to actually, they do it on TV shows. People read mean tweets. They read mean emails. I'm just reading these emails, and he's just so crazy.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
So hopefully you guys will have me on next Friday, and I'll still be here.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
I'm at this point, like, super security at my building. Had to go and, like, tell everybody. Had to go and show everybody these videos. Like, it's just shameful to lose an entire day of one's life trying to insulate themselves to not be hurt by someone.
Is there anything else on his YouTube channel except for this?
Oh, the videos. The names of the videos are disgusting.
But I mean, does he do anything else on his channel except for this?
Yes, he does.
No, he does mean other mean things.
Yeah, he's like
so
this guy's like an angry, like, weirdo.
People suck, man.
Ugh,
people really do. And, like, you know what? He's not even cool enough to be an incel. Like, at first I thought he was an incel, but I'm like, you know what? This man doesn't even have the swag to be an incel.
No.
Let me tell you something real quick. Lisa Ann is a strong person. So nobody likes getting these things, but Lisa Ann is a strong person. She's not going to do anything. But you don't know what people are going through on a day-to-day basis. Yep. And when you started doing that with August Ames, guess what happened?
Yeah.
You don't know what people are going through. You don't know their mental health.
Yes. And it is true to continue to push and push and push. I've been watching these really inspirational reels about, spirit. And I watched a great one last night because this gets in. It does. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It does get in. And I watched them last night before I went to bed. And one was like, there's just some people that you can never kill their spirit, no matter what and I was like, that is going to be me. That is me. No one is ever going to kill my spirit. And I got up. I had a good workout this morning. I told myself I wasn't going to go there. And then this video came to me. And I was like, okay, here, I got to go through this again today. This isn't going to stop. But it is scary to think that somebody younger than me, somebody that doesn't have a Fantasy Football Friday to escape into. Guys, if I didn't have this today, I'd be just dealing with this hate again. And I get to escape into this world. So I worry about these sites, these platforms, social media, not looking after other people's mental state of how this can affect someone. And the fact that I sat in the chat with YouTube last night for an hour, and they were like, well, we're going to send it to be reviewed. I'm like, how can it not just be deleted? How can you guys not just see this as something offensive? And they're like, well, and I'm like, if I was 24 and I was on the edge and it would be on the blood would be on your hands. This is where I'm telling you this is going.
Yeah, that's disgusting. It's absolutely gross. And we'll try to provide a little escape for you.
Thank you.
In our time here on Fantasy Football Fridays, presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Lisa, what a scene it was last Thursday at Harpo's in Chesterfield for the End of the Year Awards. Thank you so much again for coming out and hanging out with us for that and honoring Jay. That was a wonderful evening.
I've come back and I've gone out with friends every night and had a great, I'm enjoying holidays, so I'm getting to see my friends, and I keep telling everybody, you don't understand, the nicest people in the world may just all live in one place, and it's called St. Louis. And I was very sorry to see some sad news in your area the other day, because now I follow all of your news, so I want to know how people are doing, what's going on, what's affecting your community. What a great group of people, the energy. It was packed. I mean, packed. The way people were, everyone's dressed. And also just, we're really drawing in more of the ladies for these events, which I enjoy. And I love taking pictures with everybody. It was pretty epic.
It was awesome.
Epic night.
It was awesome. And everyone was so happy. There was such a good mood in the air.
Yeah.
KG in O-Town looked like Cam Newton.
He did.
He looked outstanding.
When we're out and about, there's an awful lot of beefcake in the air.
Big time.
A lot of beefcake in the air.
Yeah.
And two, the toys that were brought. I saw the picture you posted. How many children are going to get toys because of this event? You guys do a lot of great stuff with your show, with your listeners, and with your community. And I thank Hubbard as well for being so incredible.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's a credit to the listeners. It's a credit to Hubbard. It's a credit to everyone who listens to the show and who comes out to support our events and donates all those toys. It's really, that picture was really awesome to see, because making an impact in your community is really, that's the name of the game. So
it's the name of the game.
Yeah, that was awesome. Send in your two-part questions on the EDF text inbox 314-885-881-TMA5. Send your two-part questions into Lisa. We got one right off the bat here from Hall of Famer Carlos Spicy Wiener. Possible Hall of Famer Carlos Spicy Wiener. First question. It's a three-part question, actually.
Ooh.
Lisa Ann, Michael Pittman Jr. or T.J. Hawkinson in the flex for my championship matchup. Number 2, will you make Jackson right? I will not try to impress girls with NBA scores on the chalkboard 1,000 times to prepare for Jamaica. And 3, thanks again for coming to town last week for the stupid show. You're a gem of a human being, and I hope you get extra young gravy for dinner tonight.
Oh,
Carlos Spicy
This is all really, really good. Let's go to the fantasy football question first.
Sure.
I am going to go with T.J. Hawkinson. Wild card play right there, but I see the upside being a bit higher. Jackson, let me just tell you, the right women are turned on by NBA scores.
Agreed.
I'm going to tell you this. There is nothing more attractive. I had a bunch of friends in LA that were sports broadcasters, and we'd get together and go out. They would start talking about games and stats, and I would be so dialed in. I'm like, how is this not just a panty dropper to every woman you talk to? So I think in the right category, it works. And the thing is, you want a girl that wants to watch NBA with you.
100%.
So you don't want a girl that doesn't like sports. So I think what you're doing is you're narrowing down the pool, because the pool is much greater for you than it is for a lot of others. So maybe Carlos Spicy Wiener doesn't understand your range and the fact that you're just narrowing down the pool.
Bingo.
Lisa Ann, question for you. Pornhub released their 2022 stats yesterday.
Yes.
I went in depth into them.
Great.
I went to the site, and they have
Okay.
they have it broken down.
What's Brie Mills' war?
They have it broken down by countries. But I did see, and I think it's because of you and because of this show, that the number one search topic in Missouri was scissoring.
Ooh, not tribbing. They call it scissoring.
Tribbing and
They're not up on game yet.
Tribbing.
Yeah,
and
they don't have the right
I
term,
think it's
so it's
tribbing
cool.
because scissoring was actually like number 5, I think. But that was from Women's Search, lesbian and scissoring. But tribbing was number 1, I believe.
You know, that's some really good data for you to dive deep into at the end of the year. You know, really learning about what took place throughout the year. It's very historic.
And I'm glad that Lana Rose was knocked out of the number 1 spot.
Ooh, I will say this. I didn't even know this till yesterday, but my podcast, Dudes Do Better, is nominated at AVN.
Hey, congratulations.
Who knew? So, yeah, it makes it very exciting.
Who knew women like NBA scores?
Oh, yeah.
If you just say Jazz 132, Pelicans 129, that gets them.
Pelicans, damn good. How about the Memphis Grizzlies 40 ball in the Milwaukee Bucks?
142-101.
Yeah. Giannis, where are you at now?
Is there any chance, I haven't seen the nominations yet, but our Pepper and Jeannie interview with Maitland Ward, would that be up for an AVN?
Were you guys climaxed in the middle of the
You know,
interview?
I hope that Dudes Do Better didn't bump that out. Like, I'm really sorry because I do love Pepperoncini. And it's funny because now when I look at pepperoncinis, I know what that podcast means. And it's a whole different life for me. I'm loving it.
It's one of the rare podcasts that exists with no sponsors.
Listen, Dan.
The content drives it.
Listen, Dan Miller.
Not bothered by sponsors.
Dan Miller, Brian Gross. I mean,
get in the way.
You dropped the ball. I've said many times I won an AVN. That could have been nominated. Maitland
Well,
Ward
listen,
interview.
Young Gravy and I have a meeting today. We'll be on
Ooh.
FaceTime
Wow.
planning our outfits for AVN because, of course, you know, his drip has to be solid and I've got a match. So we'll be getting the outfits kind of squared away.
Set the outfit on the tank lid. I promise to bring
You
good
don't have
luck.
to put it
I
there.
promise.
Hey, Lisa Ann, two-parter. What's up with Logan Thomas? And second, my wife likes to get banged out by Doug and Plow. Will I gape Jackson and torture his sack?
All right,
Are
that's
there
enough.
any other BDSM kinks I can punish Jackson with? It's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville, Webster Groves.
You know, not much is up with Logan Thomas. I think we're looking at these players right now and going, do we still hold on? I held on to Dawson Knox and he gets in the end zone last week, and I'm like, now what do I do? Like, I waited so long. You know, I don't really know if Jackson needs to go down the BDSM route yet.
I do
because
not.
He's got so much other things going on. He's not bored with anything in his life.
Bingo.
So we're just going to leave it there.
Good, I agree. At least I'm gonna be selfish and ask a fantasy football one-parter
Please.
just because you know it's playoff time and I'm trying to win. I got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Do you think I should start both of them, or should I get like J.K. Dobbins in there on my flex? Which one will I sit? Because Williams is like a boom or bust guy, and Keenan Allen's more consistent. I don't know what to do. I want to win.
I know, it's so frustrating with both of them, right?
Yeah.
Up against Tennessee, we know that Tennessee's secondary isn't that great. So I want to go with Keenan Allen and J.K. Dobbins for the consistency. I like what J.K. did last week. I think we're going to see more of it this week. Mike Williams is so hit or miss, and why is he? He had a great season last year. I don't know what it is that's not syncing with him, but it's frustrating. And when you don't play him, he has a big week when you play him. But Keenan Allen is trusted and true, and I think they'll put up a lot of points against Tennessee.
Well, what do you think of the guy in fantasy football who didn't make the playoffs but continues to pick up free agents?
You know, your commish should lock the rosters after that point. That is a commissioner error. That is not about the guy, and the guy is an idiot because he's just messing with the flow for everybody else. But the commission needs to set these standards at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Lisa Ann, it was so good to see you the other night. You made Lil Beer Cat's a legend amongst his friends. So two-part questions. Neil Lomax or Mark Ripien?
Ripien
this week?
Rippin.
Mark Rippin this
Flip
week?
that off and put it right next to
He was like a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I gotta say the little. I mean, he was so fantastic. We actually follow each other on IG now. I dropped in his story. He dropped in my story that night. And I know it made him super famous among his friends, which makes me very happy.
Hell yeah. And then what's also the second part is, what is an appropriate Christmas gift for a hot wife? Asking for a friend. That's from Beer Cats.
For a hot wife,
friend is no
definitely, you know, a spa day is always fantastic.
Yeah.
You can always do a spa day.
Couples massage.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be there. That's the thing. She wants to get away from him.
Yeah, sure.
So you let her do the day alone.
All right. Hey, Lisa, two-part question here. Curtis Samuel or Jerry Judy? Also, would you find it odd if you got a dildo as a Christmas present from one of your family members? Again, this from Kakeem Elijah.
That's what Iggy suggested earlier.
You know, it is a strange gift from one of your family members. I
It's
would have to
not
know
a
how
gift.
extended it was. Was it a second cousin? You know, there's a lot of questions, follow-up questions I would need to know, but it is odd. Jerry Judy this week against Arizona.
Good game
I don't
last week.
trust Russell Wilson, but look, he got it to him last week, and I think he's going to get it to him again this week.
All
All right, here's one from Masson Hedgecock. He's a loyal listener. Hey, Lisa Ann, great to see you on Thursday. 2 questions. 1, I missed out on the fantasy football playoffs, so I need a new hobby for this winter. I'm thinking about taking up fisting. Any tips?
Oh, come on.
Number 2, me and 3 of my mates are taking our wives out of town this weekend. Our Airbnb looks like it has a solid foundation. We all love to back into things whenever we can.
No.
How many mounted wall dillies do you think we need to bring? I want to make sure no one goes wanting for a butt invasion. Also,
for what?
F this LaMotta douchebag. That's from Masson Hedgecock.
Oh.
I think you should bring a good baker's dozen of the wall mounted.
Like
but a good baker's dozen, lots of extra silicone lube as well. And if you're looking into the hobby of fisting, I would just really prepare your hands, make them clean and sanitary, trim your nails and cuticles as well.
And my unboxing is next Friday, Lisa Ann, so if you're going to send something, you need to get it out pretty quick.
Are you begging now for a gift?
Unbelievable.
Are you begging her for a gift?
I can imagine how great of an unboxing it would be if Lisa Ann sent something.
True. I can't wait to watch it.
Anything in particular rhyming with Philly and fleshlight?
Or maybe something for his cooking stuff. Like maybe it'd be something with a purpose.
Yeah,
Right,
cutting
oven
board.
mitt.
Well, I don't want expensive things. I said just funny things.
A spatula.
Other than I didn't ask for a Dillian Harper flashlight, which I'm sure isn't cheap.
And who got it for you?
I don't know. The unboxing's next Friday.
Santa.
So what you're doing every night is you're looking at those boxes and you're like, one of them is a Dillian Harper fleshlight. I know it.
Yeah, one's a fairly decent box, but I don't. It's.
Did you look at where the return label, where it's from?
North Pole.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
It would be Austin if it was a fleshlight.
Austin.
Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the fleshlight capital of America or something?
Well, that's where their distribution center.
Oh gosh!
Right next to Tesla. It's
Good
just
to
the
know.
fleshlight
Good to know when I get some
distribution
packages
center.
this weekend.
It's a big
Yuletide
warehouse.
greetings to you, Lisa. I need to know what to get my stepdad Jack for Christmas to let him know how much he means to me. I kept the button that popped off his pants when he had his way with my pleasure pocket at the nice Bob Evans in Peerless Park and was going to fuse some shortened curlies from the bathtub clean out together and give him a pearl necklace. And also the button on the pube chain. Oh, also, should I start Trung Candidate or Kenneth Darby? It's from Mrs. Janny Shanahan.
Okay, Mrs. Janny Shanahan, we're not starting either of those. I say you take some of those pants. This is what we're going to do for the stepdad for Christmas, and take them to a seamstress and get Velcro put in the fly.
Yeah.
Then you don't have
Easy
to worry
access.
about anything. You have easy access. Yep.
Lisa Ann, I currently own my own seafood restaurant in South City. However, Long John Silver's is upping their franchise fee this year. I'm not sure as the juice is worth the squeeze. Should I consider calling into an HD2 radio station with no agenda? Or, nope. And secondly, I have recently switched from boxers to brief. Is it weird that my penis still doesn't touch my underwear?
Oh.
That's from Rolly Sausage Fingers. Definitely not Mr. Fix.
It is weird, and I understand now. This all makes sense why you bought a franchise. You had nothing else going on down there. Want to know, maybe your franchise, Long John Silver's, you'd be able to afford it if you sponsored the Pepperoncini podcast.
Yeah, or
Well, that's
just
a good
go
idea.
get some Blue Chew, buddy.
Either way.
Lisa Ann, my flex spots are a dumpster fire. You starting DJ Chark or Elijah Moore? Separately, I've got a friend who started prolifically posting terrible amateur videos on social media because after 30 years of doing the bare minimum of work, he's finally starting to worry about job security. Do you have any tips for how he could spice up his videos? From little Tommy Trivens.
We know what Tommy is doing right there. We don't agree with it. Those videos are fantastic. And we know
Agreed.
that. I'm starting DJ Chark. He went off last week. I think he's going to go off against this week. Look, it's going to be a tough matchup against New York, but Jared Goff is playing some really good football.
Yeah. All right, and here's the final one. Hey, Lisa, where can I buy a good Merkin? Also, Elijah Moore or Chark? And that's a lot of people are asking about Elijah Moore or DJ Chark and wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I'm going DJ Chark for sure. Merkin, I would just Google it. It's your easiest step in getting anything you want in this world. Just Google it.
Bingo.
Can I ask one question before we go?
Please.
How often, because, you know, there's different takes. You may have to do 2 or 3 takes. What percentage of male porn stars use some sort of a ED pill?
PED, you mean? At this point in the game, I'd say easily 80 to 90%.
Wow.
It's just easier. You know, they're trying to churn out content now. Most producers are having to use a location and shoot 2 or 3 scenes in a day. So they legit need to know that the guy is going to be ready and they can get this done in an hour, flip the room around, get ready for the next scene. It's not great for the guy's health. You know, when I was an agent, I had a lot of guys have health problems because they were so young and they were taking them 5 days a week. And it's really for someone older, so it was increasing their blood pressure. We actually had a kid have a heart attack and die in his sleep.
Oh, God.
And it was a combination that he was taking steroids and he was also using Viagra. And so those two things, that combination was deadly. So, yes, they're all using it. They're also, once the pills don't work anymore, they go to injectables. It's definitely really risky.
Yeah.
And it's not something that's, I remember the 90s, we actually had to go into a side room when they'd be relighting the room, because each time you switched positions, they had to relight everything. We were shooting on a film camera. You couldn't just move, and use natural light.
Sure.
And they would set us up in our own room. Talent had a room where you would go and you would still be making out. And you, as the female performer, you were keeping your guy going so that when they were ready for us to come back in, we could keep going. The guys back then had to be available, ready, and in it for 3 to 4 hours. It was so much harder to shoot before we switched to digital, handheld cameras, and all of those things.
Yeah. All right. Well, does that answer your question right there, Riggs?
Call in the Pegger.
Lisa, we're all counting down the days until we take our tropical vacation with you to Jamaica. We cannot wait. Thank you again for coming in last week, and hopefully you get this all sorted out with this LaMotta jerk, because we want nothing but the best for you.
We'll take care of this guy.
I appreciate you guys helping. I won't be bringing this up on any other show. I knew you guys would help because I have such a strong community there.
Yep.
And I'm leaning on you to help me out. But we're going to work our tans. Now, I understand, Jackson, you're not going to tan as well as I do. We're going to keep some sunscreen here.
Okay. Yeah. SPF 100 if you got it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to do all of that. But I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much,
gal.
Lisa Ann.
Bye,
the great
love.
Lisa Ann. All right. I guess that's not the phone lines, but it's Steve McKee in North County.
Sure it is.
We'll take
Always the
care of
best. I want to reread this text.
We'll take care of Tony LaMotta for you.
I want
Tommy.
Tommy LaMotta.
Tony ain't going to get a rude awakening.
He's in relation to Jake.
Raging Bull. Good. I'm going to reread the second part from Raleigh Sausage Fingers.
Oh, you don't have to.
Secondly, I've recently switched from boxers to briefs. Is it weird that my penis still doesn't touch my underwear? God, that's good.
Well, it's not that good for him.
Man.
Sad.
Text of the day. Text of the day. You know who the show of the day is? Is this one? This is the show of the day. We're currently listening to the show of the day.
Huh.
Not
well,
bad.
it's the only show of the day for us.
Yeah, I feel bad.
I couldn't
people
get the
really...
transition in there, so I just threw some out.
We may be the only show of the week next week. I know today is Riz's their show last day.
One still got everyone. There's a bunch of shows. I know the Riz show is done after today until the new year, but most shows.
Oh, there's other shows? Okay, I thought everybody was stopping. Just us.
No. We won't be.
We're grinders.
Yeah.
We don't want to stop.
Putting out content left and right.
Right.
I'll gladly take the week off.
Oh, dude.
You got the week off after Christmas, baby.
You've already had 5 weeks vacation this year.
I've had one. You've had 16.
Dude, taking long breaks here is a lot of work to set it up. I love having the time off, but it is a lot of work to get prepared for 2 weeks
say something
off
like
work.
that again. Here comes doing your job again.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's a lot of work.
No, I'm just saying that's what'll come in.
Oh, yeah. Well, listeners suck. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't suck. It's Stratum Structural Systems. Bob, can I hear again a little bit about Stratum
that would be nice to hear that.
Word up, G.
All right.
Stratum Structural Systems, the great Matt Ford, the great Brett Groman, Stratum Structural Systems, dealing with water damage, foundation, piering issues. Make sure you are now dealing with Stratum Structural Systems. 2 IUs, we had a water issue in those storms in early August and immediately got on the phone with Matt Ford and Brett Groman, and they immediately took care of it. They're the best. Word of mouth in St. Louis going around that Stratum is the company you do business with. 314-620-8153. 314-620-8153. And when you work with them, let them know you're a TMA listener and you get $100 off your repair project online at stratumrepair.com. They're local. Think Stratum.
Still time to send in your emails for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. We'll get to those in about 12 to 14 minutes. But first, it's Friday. That means it's time for the Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the Week.
Cuts of the Week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut 1.
I literally at 10 o'clock last night was in my underwear in bed watching Gossip Girl, eating eating ham out of a bag, dipping it
ham out of a bag,
dipping it in queso.
And this is the hottest thing. I assume this is on OnlyFans.
No, I'm just sitting Indian style in the center of my bed, just in my underwear.
Was the ham sliced like sandwich meat, or were you just grabbing chunks of it right off the bone?
It's like. It wasn't bones, but they're big chunks, so I'm literally just tearing it off with my hands and dipping it in warm queso.
Was this a snack, or is this was dinner?
No, this is a snack, and I just started. I ate the whole bag.
The whole bag of ham, you ate?
Cut.
2.
You pretty much had it.
I've had a team to win. They win, and I lose.
Yeah. I texted Doug. You remember producer Joe? He was on the program for a while as a landing strip. I texted him. I said, "Did Iggy win his Croatia bet?" And he wrote no. And I said, well, he doesn't understand. And he said, because he is stupid.
Oh.
So no, because I don't play soccer bets like you every week, but I saw that I could get $800 if Croatia wins. I said, to win. I said, okay. They won. I didn't see anything in the fine print. Now, if they go to a
Jackson, why do you have fine print?
Whatever they call it. If they go to penalty kicks, it doesn't count. You can bet it's a draw, but if they win, you don't win.
Everybody in the text inbox is saying Jackson's correct.
Listen, I'm sure he's correct, but I don't care.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is not personal. If Tim did this or something, it doesn't.
I'm done. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You guys can play with 5 now. I don't care.
This is the last straw, isn't it?
Doug, it's now pick 5 because there are only 5 participants. As Iggy has resigned from the Pick 6 podcast.
Completely frustrated by
He is
it now.
WD'd from the field.
How does it feel to think you won 800 and in fact lost that much?
You know
I lost 100.
You know how I feel. I'm done.
Oh. This is how you're going to go out. You're going to go out 2-35 over the last 6 weeks.
Gosh.
You can't go out
2-35.
You can't go out like that.
He's Mush from Bronx Tale.
You can't go out like that.
Oh my God!
And
yet Pete is still in last place.
No, Pete's got Iggy by 3 games.
Oh God, Doug, what a podcast! We got a guy who's 2-35 over the last few weeks.
Again, it's not
and
the
yet
games.
he's close to another guy.
It's not the games; it's the money. So
Right.
how much is he?
Well, you've cost the listeners $3,230.
So the listeners are now having to dig deep as well.
And I'd be even if it won for
What a great podcast.
3 games.
Cut.
3.
Do you think there was an increase in anal during that time?
Well, now you can clean up a little. Now you don't have to be
Yes.
self-conscious.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You know, all the white, like, little powdered donut-looking things in
Yes.
your bung.
What?
Yeah.
Well, not everybody has great...
Powdered donuts?
Not everybody has great wiping etiquette, Doug. I mean, it's
Yeah,
obvious.
It's obvious.
I don't know
You're using,
how
like-
obvious that is. I don't.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is
check.
obvious.
I'm sure we've talked about this before, and boy, I tell you, Manuel always. Every time I'm on my computer, Manuel's getting his ass eaten. This Doug is another graphic change over my shoulder.
He does really love it.
What is it? I mean,
I don't know.
God,
I don't, I'm not a salad tosser.
I know. You guys, we just tossed it, but God bless
Doug's
America.
having like
300 in
There's
somewhere.
these starlets who I'm a fan of, and the
Do you
next thing
back
I know, they're
Contreras,
eating
too?
Manuel's ass, and I'm like, I got to sell my stock now.
I will say this: every one of my guy friends who's currently single and dates and sees women that are under 25, they always tell me that it's jarring because it's one of the first things the girl does to them, and they don't see it coming.
Jackson, is
And
this
they-
going on?
And they feel like it should be discussed.
I'll do
Jackson
some
is-
research.
Well, have you had your salad toss?
Have I had my salad? No, I have not had my salad tossed. You know,
Well, I mean, he's under 25.
I
That's
do
why I'm going
think
to my.
that but I mean the women are under 25, so maybe they're not doing it on younger men. They're doing it on older men, maybe because they think
Doug,
Manuel
how
likes
nice
it.
would it be to have an old hairy hole?
but I have friends who have had it done to them.
Have a reliever.
And how do they feel
I
about
assume it was Gareth.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
Online prescription service, no pharmacy. You don't have to go in there and wait. Every once in a while, the pharmacist will mess up and get on the loudspeaker. Johnny Johnson, your boner medication is ready.
Oh,
yeah,
you don't
have to
hear
worry
that.
about
Does that happen often?
Not at Walgreens.
Sometimes
They don't say what the medication is.
Sometimes they slip.
You know that.
Yeah, they can't find the
Not
guy.
one time have I been at Walgreens and heard Johnny Johnson, your boner medication is ready.
Is that a violation of some sort?
I would think it would be.
Cut.
5.
I hope he's got a good plan today. The stock market's down 630 points.
No. What's the reasoning?
The coming recession, I think.
Why don't you just get out of it and quit bitching?
It's very important to a lot of people.
I know it is, but you bitch about it all the time. Down 600, down 800, down 300. Just sell. Get out.
Doug, there you go. There's
Well,
your
this is what-
advice.
this is what Mark Hanna does for you. He protects you against giant losses like this.
Yeah, but every time you just complain about it, he tells you the same thing. Just wait it out.
Oh, well. Well, you can't just wait until you lose everything.
Hey, Marcos, down 700 today.
Well, that's an important thing.
Yeah, well, sell it and stop bitching.
Doug, now you got your financial advice.
See, this is why I go to Mark Hanna, not Iggy. So, can you imagine if you called Mark Hanna and said, listen, I'm concerned about my portfolio, and he would say, well, sell it and stop bitching.
And those were the cuts of the week.
That's Bertarelli Cutlery Cuts of the Week. Another great week in the books, boys. We got 4 days, 4 shows left after this one. Monday through Thursday, and then we're off the week after Christmas. Coming up today on 101 ESPN, since Tim's not in, Randy and Carrie on the opening drive will be going an extra hour. And that whole week that we're off after Christmas, the opening drive will also be going an extra hour on 101 ESPN. Plazzi, what's coming up on Pepper and Genie today?
Oh, we're not doing one.
Oh, come on, no.
Nah, I mean, Iggy can stay and do one if he wants. I do have personal matters to attend to.
The millions of people that listen to that
but
will be disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, those sponsors are really going to be needing their money back.
Can you run a best of?
I'm not doing it.
What would the
And I don't
best
think
of
we
a
can-
Pepper
I
and
don't-
Genie would
Yeah,
consist
like I don't know what.
How to stay cool in the summer, I would hope.
Yeah, but I guess we
My
could
favorite.
put a bunch of episodes together. I don't think it's worth it.
You gave some tips on how to stay cool in the
We
summer.
haven't done the winter one yet. We teased potentially what you could do to stay warm. And that, I think people are waiting
Doug,
to see what that
Off the
is.
top of your head, what are some ways to stay warm in the winter?
Don't
Well,
run
I've seen these on tips on local news where you dress in layers.
Yep.
And by all means, if you don't have to go anywhere, don't go. That's my favorite one.
Check on the old people. Yeah, check on the elderly.
Yeah.
Check
Yeah,
on the
they need
elderly.
checking on.
What about the pets?
Yeah, they're cold too. Bring them inside and put something on your head. We always hear that. That's where the heat escapes. I don't know that I buy that.
But yeah, Pepper and Ginny will come out swinging on Monday.
I expect it'll be content rich. I would
But you
think.
got to take what Barrett says seriously. You got to recharge the batteries. Keep the listeners. Give them, keep them wanting more.
Right.
And I think that's me and Iggy are taking that Barrett playbook.
That-
You hear the open, a bunch of cool transitions, 2.5 minutes. I think that's right up Barrett's alley.
It's a nice spin on not wanting to do anything. We're not doing anything because we want to keep them wanting more.
Oh, why am I not doing an episode?
Right.
Oh, I don't want to. But here is
I'm not working today because we want them to want more.
Well, hopefully, you can watch Casey Anthony over the weekend. Knock out those 3 episodes that'll take like 2 hours and 40 minutes, maybe.
Well, shout out to my dog Bart. He is, I think, currently under the knife right now. So I will have.
Prayers to Bart.
I will have plenty of time.
What surgery is he getting?
CCL, which basically is the dog's ACL surgery. So they're putting a implant. So they went in there and cleaned it out, and now they're putting the implant in.
Back leg or front leg?
Back leg. So he has 2 weeks R&R. So I'll be sleeping out in the living room on the floor in a sleeping bag.
How did he get
For
hurt?
real?
Jumping off a bed or something?
100% for real, dog. My kids, man.
Did he jump off a bed?
It's just
and hurt him?
natural. He's almost 7 years old. He's an athletic dog, very much so top heavy, which means, the back legs have muscle, but not as much.
What's that, 49 in dog years?
Your dog's barrel chested?
Yeah, he's a beast. So, yeah, I'll be sleeping on a sleeping bag on hardwood floor for that 2 weeks because he can't move and he can't really jump. So I don't want to, have him try to jump on the couch or the bed.
What
so
if the
it's
other
all-
3 legs are going to need this surgery at some point?
Oh, they already said the other one needs it, so.
And 4,000 per leg?
Yes. So, but we put the other 2 on a.
4 per gam.
Can he walk on 3 legs?
We've asked all these questions.
Yeah.
All other options have been exhausted.
We have asked these questions.
I've seen videos of dogs with no legs.
Right.
Oh, but
And you put them in like one of those wheelie things that have wheels in the back, and they just walk on their back legs.
That'd be cheap. You'd probably get that for less than 4,000.
Oh, amputations are like $20,000, dude.
Are they really?
Can you do it yourself?
Well, just leave the leg on there.
Can I do it myself? No, I don't have the equipment.
Leave the leg on there and buy the tires.
You've seen Game of Thrones. You just cut it off, and then you just get a hot
Oh,
stick.
yeah.
Yeah.
people-
Seal it.
Ken Strode, School of Amputation.
Anybody have a dog up for adoption? I know Iggy's looking.
It worked on Game of Thrones.
You got a limb you need sliced off?
Slice
Hit
it.
up Ken Strode.
And then you put that stick in the fire, and then just.
What the great? I thought the great thing is like I love my dogs. I didn't question it at all. They gave me the bill. They told me what needed to be done, and that was it.
This knife I'm using was just used to cut some fish, but I'm going to cut your leg off with
Have
it.
you ever seen it
wash off that,
in museums or something
Wusthof?
where they have Civil War medical
Oh,
devices?
Unreal, dude.
It actually makes my
Unreal.
skin
Yeah,
crawl.
imagine what they were using Revolutionary.
All right, bite-
Same thing, probably.
Bite on this belt. We're taking your leg.
Yeah,
I
just
said
saw it
yesterday.
off.
In the 15th century, when women gave birth. Now if the baby's having a little problem coming out, they have forceps you can put in there. Back then they didn't have forceps. They said, well, the baby's going to die, but we got to get it out of there. And they would put hooks in there and just grab the baby with a hook and pull it out with a hook.
Yeah.
Back in the day when you were giving birth, they couldn't have none of that
You
stuff.
wonder how anyone ever survived. As hard as it is to have a baby now in a hospital with a team of doctors, you wonder how anyone ever had a healthy baby 500 years ago.
Yeah, or like the Wild West. Like, I cut my leg. Well, I hope I make it through this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go walk out to my outhouse and pray I don't get bit by a rattlesnake.
Well, I guess the reality is a lot of people didn't survive it. A lot of people did die very young.
The life expectancy was probably in the
early 30s. Early 30s for women back
Well, you're
in
going
the,
way back before it was
I was talking like
30s.
1850.
That was older than that.
Older than that.
Yeah,
but
they lived longer.
because I was watching the Tudors documentary, and for a woman back in the 15th century, life expectancy was 32, because a lot of them died during childbirth.
Yeah, and a lot of them had their babies when they were 15 or 16 years old.
Right.
Made it a little easier.
Yeah, I like the Family Guy episode where they're back in ancient times, and Lois is dating Peter, and Peter sneezes and looks at the Kleenex. Oh, hardly any blood. You must be healthy.
Ken offers an alarming amount of medical advice that is based off a show with dragons on it. It's from Arbor Day.
Hey, we love that show. But yeah, shout out to Bart. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Be good.
You're going to have a cast and everything on the leg?
No, we bought a front and back harness, so like they have handles, so like, kind of carry them like luggage downstairs.
Oh, how much does he weigh?
Like 82.
You're going to be able to carry him like that down the stairs?
Oh, I already do right now.
Did you have to put that cone on his head so he doesn't lick the wound?
We're trying to avoid. If you've ever had to deal with a dog with a cone, they don't have great, like, I don't know, peripheral vision. I don't know what it is, but. And once they run into something, they just stand there. And it's like so sad to see them just
kind of silly
wanting
animals.
to get into a doorway and could just move a half an inch.
Yeah.
But just hit their head a couple times and then just sit in front of a doorway. And I'm like, I can't do that.
Hey, it's Friday, and that means Friday night is pizza night, and our Friday night is pizza night partner this week is Uncle Leo's. You can buy one, get one 50% off at Uncle Leo's by just telling them that you're a TMA listener. So go get some delicious Uncle Leo's pizza. I like that sauce. I like the pizza. Go down there. Friday night is pizza night. Buy one, get one 50% off at Uncle Leo's. And also Mentality. Plowsy, you mind playing me a little something about Mentality?
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
You got it, sexy.
No, go ahead.
Check out Mentality today at lowtusa.com. Go to lowtusa.com. Decreased mental acuity, attention span, and stress can cause focus issues on even the most simple tasks. Belly fat, feeling bloated, and a lack of lean muscle and tone that used to be easy to get rid of or maintain. Low libido. If you're disinterested in your spouse or partner, it can cause relationship problems. Get it taken care of by going to lowtusa.com and working with Mentality. I went out there, and it could not have been easier. They could have been friendlier, and I was in and out in 15 minutes, got tested, and the normal range for testosterone is large. So if you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing for your free testosterone, it wasn't fully looked at, come get checked with Mentality. It is at lowtusa.com.
And we're coming up on the weekend. That means it's time to mix up a drink. I suggest going and checking out Batch and Bottle.
This is a great edit.
Okay. I would like to tell you about Batch and Bottle. You know, Doug, making a delicious drink should be as easy and simple as pouring a glass of wine. Now it is, thanks to Batch and Bottle's new ready-to-serve cocktails, all containing super premium spirits like the Hendricks Gin Martini, Glenfiddich Single Malt Manhattan, Reka Rhubarb Cosmo, and Monkey Shoulder Lazy Old Fashioned. Don't spend your next party in the kitchen shaking and stirring while your guests have a good time without you like a cock. Treat them and treat yourself to Batch and Bottle's premium ready-to-serve cocktails. Batch and Bottle premium pre-batch cocktails imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. That is Batch and Bottle.
Gosh, let the last word play out.
Bottle. Plowsy, we're going to get on business side, aren't we? All right. That means it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. I hate when hosts make a show about themselves. Now, let me prove my point by telling a story about when I was on the air. It's a story about a show on 920, so let me make sure everyone knows Tim was running 920. Time for questions from the audience. One question in. Lisa Ann, I have a question for you, even though I'm not a part of the audience. Oh, shoot, it's 9:26, and I'm in my unboxing that no one was talking or thinking about. But this email isn't about, I can't pronounce the words, so I'm not going to try. It's about instant attractions. Honestly, I've never thought it would happen to me. When I walked up to Jack in the Box on Watson, our hands intertwined in the door handle when I realized it was closed. He was like, "This is hilarious. Do you like anal?" And I nodded, "Yeah." He flipped me on my tummy, yanked off me khakis, and went to town. After I was just plain tuckered out so I didn't have the energy to return the favor whilst on my now wobbly legs. I knew it would be over lickety-split, so that's exactly what I did. I went in face first. Just call me Noah, because I slit his butt cheeks like the Red Sea.
Okay, that's enough.
I don't know.
That's plenty.
I think you're thinking of Moses. That's from, first name Doug is Ball. The last name is Elsdeep.
Ball Elsdepe.
Oh, man.
Balls.
What's this
He's
guy's
new.
name? Balls Deep?
Balls Elsdepe.
Yeah, that was, what's his name?
It sounds African to me. Balls Elsdepe.
Yeah, West African probably.
Yeah.
You've never felt true love until you've walked hand in pocket with another gentleman behind Nipper. So when my niece's husband, Jeremy, asked me to celebrate the Billikens almost beating Boise State, I couldn't say no. We got into an argument about Travis Ford needing another 7 years to get players into his system, but he got a little aggressive with his hands, so I ran off to the Magic House, put my hands on the static ball to see if my bleached hair would stand on end. Well, that's it. That's from Rearrange His Butt.
Rearrange Isba. That sounds French. Are there any good ones in there, Jackson?
There's a long one here. You want me to read the long one?
Well, how long? Maybe half of it.
All right, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
'Twas Christmas Eve, and I had planned to curl up in my favorite chair with the new Star Wars novel. The dwindling but still warm embers in my fireplace cast an inviting glow upon the ceiling. That's when I heard a thud somewhere above me. Was that on the roof? Muffled footsteps soon began, leading to the chimney. What was happening? Suddenly, a plump man wearing a red coat appeared out of my fireplace. He looked about 60, had a long white beard, and carried an oversized bag. Santa, is that really you? I exclaimed excitedly. No, it's just Dale, the man replied. And yes, Dale, my wife's brother's father-in-law. What can I do for you, Dale? Well, he said, since it's Christmas Eve and I know you've been a good boy, I thought I'd come around and deliver your present myself. And in a flash, he flung open his bag and presented me with a fully cooked meatloaf, complete with asparagus. Doug leaned in close. The only thing this loaf needs is a glaze, he whispered. His breath was alive with the smell of cinnamon and Pabst Blue Ribbon. I slammed a bottle of X-Last about 30 minutes ago. Are you ready to taste the rainbow, Dale said. We soon got to work creating. I bent him over my favorite chair and removed my trousers. I immediately began aroused. Boy, I don't think we can keep reading this one.
No, okay,
Doc.
drop it.
That's from the Lord of Ladue.
Okay, Lord of Ladue, with a poor email.
The lack of self-awareness has truly reached an all-time low. Just yesterday, Senior Smokebreak was bragging about knocking out a documentary which featured a fella who was specifically hired to wipe stinky mud residue off the king's butt. The Breezeway boy made it perfectly clear that he would have taken that job as the king's crack cleaner.
I never said that.
Fast forward 24 hours today, and the same elderly guy without a passport is now professing his disgust for dirty diapers and bragging about how he never provided basic care to a helpless baby. To make matters worse, he then changed the topic from one of the coolest blues comebacks in recent memory so he could complain about forgetting his passwords. Here's an idea. Write down your passwords like an adult.
Yeah.
Iggy, I love you, man, but when you're old and dumping in your Depends, someone's going to have to change your dirty undies. Would it be fitting for your caretaker tries to flush them down the toilet of your nursing home? And when your commode overflows with chunky brown water, the dirty liquid is going to flood your bathroom and flow all the way to the bed? Later, when you try to go to the commons area for your daily portion of rice pudding and green bean casserole, you're going to have to wade through that murky mess as a form of karma payback for having the audacity to attempt to flush your filthy hands down a public toilet in a bowling alley. I hope that never happens, but you better keep your snorkel and Aqua Snappy camera handy just in case. That's from the JV golf coach.
JV golf coach.
They were Gildens.
They were Gildens?
Yeah, I like Gildens.
Ahoy. Yeah, so even Sans Tim's, you dandy lads delivered the hottest of piping takes. Singe the hairs right out of my boy ears. This ma'am, I mean. Speaking of that, great Muggsy read, Jackson. I ran right out and bought 3 pairs. Pairs? Pair? Anywho, I do not appreciate Doug making fun of old guys in skinny jeans during said read. He didn't seem to mind sensually peeling homeboys tight and rewarding britches off after the end of the year listener awards. Further, I'd like you to return me Hitachi pocket wand. Doug, I know you had a hell of a time trying to pry it from your muscular, dashing, shiny clinch sphincter after I cramped it up so far.
Okay, that'll do it.
How do you do? Concerns, thoughts, no fooling. Lefty Jacksmere.
Lefty Jacksmere. Went off the rails here.
A little bit. And I guess this will be the final email here.
Okay, probably should be.
Pop quiz, hotshot. You start. You crap yourself at a bowling alley on league night. Your underwear is saturated with mud. What do you do? What do you do? Do you A, get out of there, get yourself home and get regular? Do you throw the underwear in the trash? Do you wash the underwear in the toilet? Or, I can't read the last one, but it's funny. Nope, the correct answer is flush the underwear down the toilet, causing it to overflow as you flee the scene without telling anyone, ducking all responsibility for rendering the entire restaurant or the restroom out of order, not to mention the tab for the emergency Roto-Rooter service as you continue to bowl commando like nothing happened. What's the statute of limitations on involuntary acts of terrorism?
Oh, sure.
I guess Randy Lightfoot should be grateful Iggy didn't try to light his underwear on fire. A quick Google search reveals Randy Lightfoot coaches bowling at Lindenwood. KG No Time should book him as a guest as part of a reoccurring Dateline investigation type segment, digging into Iggy's crimes against bowling. Between the victims of the crapping and those poor Fontbonne students who only bowled 2 tournaments in 2 years, they'll be lining up to testify like the Seinfeld finale. That's from Buck Swope.
Oh, Buck Swope with a fine email.
I don't know if our listeners have seen this, but if you're over 30 and wearing skinny jeans, this is what you look like.
I think about that.
Well, describe it to the listeners. They're not all watching.
It's a bulldog.
Look at all the cookies that are around that ad.
They roasted Kenny the Jet Smith with that picture, and they always do. It's a reoccurring roast. That's what we got for the Design Your Heating and Cooling email today. Doug, your thoughts?
Well, there weren't a lot of great ones.
Bad reading on my part.
JV golf coach wasn't bad, but he was kind of angry towards Iggy.
Yeah.
Buck Swope is always delightful.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Buck Swope.
I wasn't going to vote, only for the fact that you voted for him, so I got to go in opposite direction. I'll just go with JV golf coach.
Congrats to Buck Swope.
Oh, how about that?
You guys are just...
It's a nice email.
I hope you know you're winning just to piss me off. That's why they're voting for.
Who else would you have voted
for? They're not voting for you because your emails are good.
JV golf coach was mean towards you.
I'll still vote for that.
Doug, winning in spite is still winning, right?
Sure.
They don't ask how, they ask how many. Oh, that's gonna close out today's Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock
Everybody
hour.
have a great weekend.
We did it, man.
Catch the game in the Pine in one of the 2 locations, Sunset Hills and the new one in downtown.
Yeah, go to Uncle Leo's tonight.
Yeah, 50% off. When you buy one, get one 50% off at Uncle Leo's for Friday Night's Pizza Night.
I may do that. I haven't been outside. I got to get out more when it's cold
outside. You need
outside.
a pie. You need a pizza
I mean,
pie.
I walked out to show you how much I did nothing yesterday. I walked out this morning and there were 3 boxes in front of my door. That probably
over the weekend, just soaking wet.
They probably came at like 2 in the afternoon yesterday. My door never got opened yesterday.
Hey, listen, some people like some things and some people like other
Hey,
things.
shout out again, KG and O-Town represent.
for real.
Huge help.
Thank you, KG.
Jackson, thank you for helping me out in time of need yesterday.
Always,
so we
bro.
appreciate the whole family here, Doug. It's
Yeah, we
very
are a
special.
family.
It's special.
This is a family.
We're co-workers.
So what up, KG? Appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, if you need me next week, I pretty much just sleep out by the fountain waiting for the text in the morning now. So
I love that. That's a great location to sleep.
Yeah.
It's a great location.
Homeless.
All right, that's going to shut it down for the Ryan Kelly Morning After. For Ken Iggy Strode, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, for Darren the Plowhawk Atkins, for the Tim, who is out today. Thank you to KG and No Time for coming in. I'm Action Jackson. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
This is Tim McKernan.